period of civil war, the spaceships of the rebels, striking swift from base unseen, have gained a victory over the cruel galactic empire, now adrift. Amidst the battle, rebel spies prevailed and stole the plans to a space station vast, whose powerful beams will later be unveiled and crush a planet. 'Tis the Death Star blast. Pursued by agents sinister and cold, now Princess Leia to her home doth flee, delivering plans and a new hope they hold, of bringing freedom to the galaxy. In a time so long ago begins our play, in a star-crossed galaxy far, far away.
Now is the summer of our happiness made winter by this sudden fierce attack. Our ship is under siege, I know not how. Oh, hast thou heard? The main reactor fails. We shall most surely be destroyed by this. Our warrant madness lies herein. We're doomed. The princess shall have no escape this time. I fear this battle doth portend the end of the rebellion. Oh, what misery!
Now watch amazed as swiftly through the door the army of the Empire flieth in, and as the troopers through the passage pour, they murder several dozen rebel men.
Pray, R2-D2, where art thou? At last, where hast thou been? I fear they come in this direction. Pray, what shall we do? My circuitry o'erloads, my mind's o'erthrown, and fear hath put its grip unto my wires. We shall be sent unto that place I dread, the Kesel spice mine whence no droid returns, and there be blasted into who knows what. Anon, R2, where dost thou go? Oh, prithee, patience, leave me not alone. Aye, even though I mock and injure thee, I'll surely die if e'er thou leavest me.
The Death Star plans we could not find herein, nor are they on the main computer, Lord. In short, they are not here, and there's an end.
Thou speakest well, my stormtrooper, and yet not well upon my ear the message falls. I turn to thee, thou rebel. I lift thy head above my own! Thou canst now choose to keep thy secrets locked safe in that head, and therefore lose the life thou holdest dear, or else to keep thy head, and thus thy life. My patience runneth quickly out, much like the sands across the dunes of Tatooine. So tell me, else thou diest quick, where shall we find the transmissions thou didst intercept? What hast thou done, say, with those plans?
My lord, my head and life I value, certainly this, and yet to thee I must report, we have not intercepted one transmission. This is a consular ship, and nothing more, on diplomatic mission.
Thou knave! With thy last breath hear thou this word. If this is but a consular ship, then where is the ambassador? Commander, prithee go. Rend thou this ship apart until the plans are found, and bring me any passengers. Upon thy life, I want them brought alive! And so, another dies by my own hand. This hand, which now encased in blackness is. Oh, that the fingers of this wretched hand had not the pain of suffering ever known. But now my path is joined into the dark and wicked men, whose hands and fingers move to crush their foes, are now my company. So shall my fingers ever undertake to do more evil, aye, and this, my hand, shall do the Emperor's bidding evermore. And thus we see how fingers presage death, and hands become the instruments of fate.
Aye, there is one. My comrade, set for stun.
She shall be well. Go now, inform the dread Lord Vader we have caught a prisoner. And may Mos Eisley drinks flow swift and free when Vader grants rewards for work well done.
Hold, thou art not permitted to go in. Deactivated thou shalt surely be. Thou shalt not label me a mindless brute philosopher. Nay, nay, thou overladen glob of grease, thou imp, thou rubbish bucket fit for scrap, thou blue and silver pile of bantha dung. Now come, and get thee hence away, lest someone sees. What secret mission? And what plans? What dost thou talk about? Thou surely not get in. I'll warrant I'll regret this, so say I.
This golden droid hath been a friend, 'tis true, and yet I wish to still his prating tongue. An imp he calleth me, I'll be revenged. And merry pranks aplenty I shall play upon this pompous droid C-3PO. Yet not in language shall my pranks be done. Around both human and droid I must be seen to make such errant beeps and squeaks that they shall think me simple. Truly though, although it sounds oblique I speak to them, I clearly see how I shall play my part, and how a vast rebellion shall succeed by the wit and wisdom of a simple droid.
Now climb the metal pair into the pod, which shooteth from the ship like a laser blast, and to the planet's face as straight as rod, the capsule takes the droids by power vast.
There strays another one.
Pray, hold thy fire. For certain there are no life forms aboard, and truly what may be the chance that aught but life alone could fly within that pod? The rebels could not be so cunning bold to put the Death Star plans therein. If I were one to bet, I'd stake my life on it. All's well that endeth well, so say the wise, and so that pod shall live to land below.
'Tis but a jest, aye, surely, we are mocked. For R2-D2, plainly canst thou see the damage looks but minor from below. Can I be sure this pod is safe? Oh.
Darth Vader, only thou couldst be so bold. When first my ship was under siege, I knew 'twas thee who had this peaceful vessel set. The Imperial Senate shall not stand for this, for when they hear thou hast attacked a ship on diplomatic mission...
Highness, peace! Be thou not so surprised, for well thou knowest a mercy mission this was not this time. Thine innocent appearance doth disguise a heart with revolution at its core. Aye, several transmissions were there beamed onto the ship by rebel spies. I want to know what happened to the plans they sent, and prithee speak thou well, or speak thy last. For fairer necks than thine my hand has crushed.
Thine idle threat is meaningless to me. My neck, my tongue, my mouth, these instruments of speech have not the power to relate the knowledge that thou seekest. For certain 'tis I nothing know of what thou ask of me. For I am but a member of the great Imperial Senate, bound for Alderaan on mission diplomatic.
Nay, thou liest, for thou art with the Rebel Alliance vile, and worse, a traitor. Take this one away! Blood and wires within me leap with fire, when all these traitorous words I must endure.
Lord, holding her is dangerous. If word of this is told, then sympathy may rise for the rebellion in the Senate's mind. So shall our power o'er all the universe be weakened by this wicked, cunning wretch. 'Tis like the tale my mother told me once of bygone emperor whose reign was lost when putrid Ugnaughts rose against his throne. So hath my mother said, and I with her. A deathly blow oft comes from tiny fist, and greatest tree may fall by smallest axe.
Commander, peace, and trouble not thy mind with tales of old. The princess shall reveal her treachery when all's to do is done. The rebel spies are aptly traced to her, and now she is my only link to find a hidden rebel base.
I'll wager she will die ere she tells thee.
Leave that to me. Now go, be on thy way, and take this task. Send thou a signal of distress, and then inform the Senate all aboard were killed. So shall our presence be here hid from sight, and thus our swift attack shall not be known.
Lord Vader, sorry I am to report there are no battle plans aboard this ship, and neither were transmissions made. There was but one escape pod jettisoned amid the fighting, but no life forms were aboard. For certain, 'twas a harmless accident.
With purpose rank must she have quickly hid the plans in the escape pod?
Woman vile! However could she deceive my subtle mind? The plans in the escape pod, oh, most rare.
Pray cease thy speech and mark ye what I say. Take thou a keen and swift detachment down, and bring me back the plans. Commander, go! See to the task thyself before the chime. There shall be none to stop us this time.
And now, dear viewers, shall our play go to a planet stark and drear for our next scene. Imagine sand and rocks within thy view. Prepare thy souls, we fly to Tatooine.
Forsooth, how did we get into this mess? I'll tell thee verily, I know not how. 1,000 tauntaun bells could not produce a greater desecration than this place. Alas, we too are made for suffering. I fear, Artu, 'tis but our lot in life. More than 6 million forms of speech I know, yet not a one shall help me now. Now must I rest before I come apart? My joints are nearly frozen. I freeze. That 'tis as though the vicious cold of death hath sunken deep into my circuitry. Oh, what a desolate terrain this is. Where dost thou think thou goest?
Now I shall leave his company a while. Belike my absence shall alleviate his obstinate resolve, and teach him thoughts of kindness, care, and good humility.
Well, I shall not go thither with thee, droid. 'Tis far too rocky. Canst thou not perceive? Nay, truly, for the sun upon thy cold and hard exterior hath surely warped thy often prudent mind. Pray understand, the road herein is better far. Why dost thou think settlements will be found yon? Be thou not technical with me, or else thine input valve may swift receive a hearty helping of my golden foot. What mission? What dost thou speak of? More of thee I shall not take. So go thou hence, thou shalt malfunction ere the day is through, near-sighted pile of scrap. Now mayst thou travel hence upon thy way, and find thy mission in a sarlacc pit. Thou shalt know for lo these 1,000 years the pain I suffer as thy counterpart. And be thou not behind me, arrant knave. Aye, mark me, follow not, nor seek thou help, for thou no satisfaction shalt receive. No more thine adventures. I go not upon thy way. Thou functioning small fool, 'tis all his fault. He tricked me, should I that I should go this way? But he shall not fare well. Oh, gods above, why have I once again been short with R2, sending him away? I trust he knoweth well I hold him dear, though in his presence oft my speech is cruel. 'Tis words that do betray my better self, when harshly they express my droidly rage. And yet for protocol I'm made, and must with words fulfill my task. So then 'tis true that words are both my ruin and my strength. And yet, although I find myself adrift and lost within a speechless sea of sand, this word is true if ever words have truth. Forever lost I be should I lose him. But wait, what's that? A transport! Saved am I? Hark! Over here! Hey! Nonny non! Please! Help!
A vessel vast comes forth across the sand and takes C-3PO within its hold. But what of R2-D2's mission grand? How doth this tale of this small droid unfold?
Die Beskabamen! Der Beskabamen! Vologilia!
Wow!
Oh, you doing?
Imagine now that on this stage you see full many droids and creatures quite bizarre, and yet amid this ghastly company, herein the two friends reunited are.
Good R2? R2D2! Oh, 'tis thee!
There was someone within this pod, indeed. The tracks go off in this direction. See?
Behold, sir, either someone large hath dropped his ring, or this fragile circle here doth mean we have found droids on Tatooine.
At last, this vehicle of death hath stopped. So greatly fear I what shall happen next, that I am shaken to my core within. They say that fear 'tis better faced would two together stand. Thus, swift shall I awake my dear R2. Wake up! Wake up! We're doomed. Dost thou think they shall melt us down? Me punatina ding! Utini! Bleh! Shoot not! Oh, shall this torment never end? First captured by these Jawas small and vile, and now we face a fate that is unknown. Now seems the first fate better than the next. Aye, rather would I bear the ill I have, than fly to others that I know not of.
Anon now, let's go.
Luke, pray tell thine uncle if he should find a translator, be sure it Bocce speaks. 'Tis true, the last time Owen bought a droid, more dud than droid we purchased in the deal.
It seemeth we have little choice, dear aunt, and yet shall I remind him what thou sayst?
Again, it falls to me, a simple man, to take a leading role in matters grave. For I must choose a droid today, 'tis true, but also must I teach this lad, this Luke, to learn and grow and to become a man. Although when I was young, I too had dreams of far-off stars and distant galaxies, I learned to work the land, to raise the crops, and thus shall I my trade pass on to him, adopted son of mine and strangely dear. I had not asked for fate to bring a son to me, for I had thought to have no heir. Yet do Baru and I feel for this child a measure of affection, and as well, the burden of responsibility. Pray tell me, Jawa Small, what hast today?
Me punatina ding!
Nay, not that one. These Jawas offer first the lowliest, 'tis ever in their nature to deceive. Droid, I assume that thou art programmed well for etiquette and protocol, 'tis true?
Aye, protocol, my primary function 'tis. I am well versed in all the customs, sir.
No need have I of droids with protocol.
Not in this habitat, thou speakest true. Hath ever sand a need of protocol? When did a stone or rock need etiquette? However, I am also made...
Peace. What I need's a droid who knows the binary tongue of moisture evaporators.
Oh, but sir, my first employment was in programming a binary loader lifter. Very like thy evaporators, aye, in most respects. My service and my worth I'll prove to him if I must speak 1,000 hours more. For certain I shall die ere I return once more to be in rank captivity.
Well, speakest thou Bocce?
Truly, sir, 'tis like a second tongue unto my soul.
Pray cease. So shall I have this one here.
Praise the day! Now, if he chooseth also my R2, I then shall I be pleased. Mammon bit!
Luke, take thou these droids into our vast garage. My wish it is they cleaned be ere we dine.
But at Tashi Station would I go and there obtain some power converters? Fine.
Thou canst go with thy friends another time, when all thy chores have been fulfilled. Go to.
Oh, how shall I be mocked and verily abused when my noble comrades hear that once again my uncle hath denied my fervent wish to be with them instead. 'Tis well. Come hither, thou too red. Go hence.
If I go not with him, my foolishness shall render no one service. Thus I beep.
Oh, pray, Uncle Owen, look, behold, this R2 had the foul and smoking motivator.
Vicious knave, say, in what manner dost thou try upon our goodly wills to ply thy thievery? So shall I rip thy brown and ragged robes to shreds, if thou set not this matter right. Now speak.
Me put a ding! Your pardon, sir. The R2 unit which thou seest is in prime condition. Aye, a bargain 'tis, and he shall serve thee well. Now, if I can convince the human here to purchase R2 along with me, so shall I win the day, and ever shall yon R2 dwell in peace with me. What shall he answer?
Uncle Owen, say, hast thou considered yonder blue droid there?
What of that blue one? That one shall be ours.
Oh, victory! Next, I'll praise him for his choice. A noble choice thou makest, master, for thou surely shalt be pleased with this new droid. I come with confidence, reported thee that he is in first-class condition, sir, for I have worked with him before. He comes.
Anon, away we go.
Forget thou not this moment, faithless droid. Why I should put my neck at risk for thee is quite beyond my capacity. All praise be to the Maker, verily. This oily bath much healing shall provide. The glow of bright Coruscant doth not match the vital warmth this soothing oil brings me. The case of dust contamination which befalls me mighty is, and renders me unable, I'll be sworn, to move at all.
Blew the day I came into this place, this drab and barren rock called Tatooine. But wherefore have I reason to complain? Do sandstorms not invade both rich and poor? We are not promised equity in life. Both rich and poor alike pertain to me, for certain, though in toil am I most rich, by want of keen adventure am I poor. Thus I declare that whether rich or poor, the lot I have received from fate's unfair. My comrade Biggs hath rightly guessed, I fear, that never shall I leave this stricken place.
Oh, exclamation tragic. Shall I speak? Is there, dear sir, aught I might do to help?
Nay, droid, lest thou canst alter time or make the harvest come apace, or, goodly friend, if thou canst somehow bear my body hence by magical conveyance yet unknown.
I think not, sir, for merely droid am I, and have not knowledge of such things as thou. Not on this planet, anyway. In troth, I do not know which planet this one be.
If center bright the universe contains, then surely, droid, hast thou now found thyself as far from it as thou canst possibly be.
I see, sir.
Surely thou mayst call me Luke.
I see, Sir Luke.
Thou jolly droid, just Luke. This droid I see is wont to prattle on, belike his mouth is faster than his mind.
C-3PO am I, an expert in the human cyborg link, and he, my short blue counterpart, is R2-D2 called.
Good evening. Thou hast much carbon here. Seemeth much of fortune thou hast known. Aye, can it be that two such droids as you can know more of adventure than a man?
With all we have been through, amazed am I we yet our good condition keep, what with the rebellion and its hurly-burly ways.
Nay, can it be? The very thing of which I would know more thou hast experienced? Pray, knowest thou of the rebellion against the Empire, droid?
For certain, aye, 'tis how we came to be in thine employment, if thou comprehend my simple meaning, sir. Now is his visage turned all eagerness. Oh, never in this manner have I seen a man intoxicated with a dream.
And hast thou been in many battles? Speak! Whatever morsel thou mayst serve to me shall be a feast unto my waiting ear. The smallest tale of battle lost or won shall feed my soul's ne'er-ending appetite.
Full many battles, sir, aye, but I fear I have but little food to fill thy heart. A banquet, sadly, I cannot prepare. 'Tis certain that of tales I am no chef. But rather, I confess that not much more than an interpreter am I, and not much good at telling stories. Verily, I've not the salt or spice to season them.
'Tis well, my droid. So shall my hunger await to feast one day upon another's tale. My little bot, thou hast got something jammed herein. Hast thou been on a cruiser, or...
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
Pray, what is this?
What is what? A question hath he asked. Say, what is that?
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope. Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
He says 'tis nothing, sir. A mere malfunction. Bygone data. 'Tis... Please pay no mind.
But who is she? For she is far more beautiful than all the stars.
I truly do not know, sir. I suspect she was a passenger on our last trip, a person of some importance, I believe. First 'twas adventure, second 'tis this lass. 'Tis certain my new master hath a wealth of passion ever eager to bestow.
Say, is there any more recording, droid?
Behave thyself, R2, for thou shalt get us both in trouble. Be content and trust him true. He is our master now. He saith he doth belong to Obi-Wan Kenobi, residents of parts nearby, and 'tis a private message meant for him. For all my wit, I know not what he means, for our last master, Sir Antilles, was. Alas, with all we have endured, this dear small R2 unit quite eccentric is.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I suspect old Ben Kenobi he doth mean, perhaps. First droids, then tales of battles fought in space, and now a damsel cries in beams of light. Did ever destiny come knocking thus?
I beg thy pardon, sir, but knowst thou aught of what he speaks?
I know not any man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, yet old Ben resides beyond the Dune Sea, and there dwells much like a hermit, strange and lone.
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
I wonder who she is. Well, whoever she may be, whatever is her cause, I shall unto her please respond. Not even were she my sister could I know a duty of more weight than I feel now. It seemeth she some dreadful trouble hath. Mayhap I should replay the message whole.
R2 doth say the bolt restraining him short-circuited his full recording system. So saith he that if thou wouldst with speed remove the bolt, he may the full recording then display. What purpose shall I serve unto this man? Am I to guide, encourage, counsel? What? Thus shall I play the wise interpreter, for truly 'tis the part I know the best.
Aye, thou seems too small to run away if I should take this off. Good little droid, so cleverly thou bringest messages that thou hast won my trust. Now thou art free. But wait, where has she gone? What villainy? How hast thou dampened that celestial light wherein she spoke of late? Now bring her back. Play back the message full, thou naughty droid.
What message? Errant droid, the one thou hast been playing, which thou holdst within thy rusty innards. Oh, alas, we shall deactivated be.
Oh, Luke. Pray, Luke.
Oh, I shall be there anon, good Aunt Beru.
I'm sorry, sir, for it doth seem he hath acquired a minor flutter.
Thus she comes and thus she goes. Yet ever on my sight her beautiful, fine countenance shall shine. So here's my vow. I'll see her once again, in beam or hope on hope, with my own eyes. For now I must depart to dine. Pray, see if thou canst remedy this R2 droid.
Reconsider thou if thou shalt play the message back for him. Nay, I do not believe he liketh thee. Nay, thee I like not either.
Now are the pieces all arranged for me to make a daring move and fly this place. The fool who sets the game in motion shall appear onto C-3PO and Luke, no more than if he were an errant knave. But hear the voice of R2-D2 all. My noble purpose I'll accomplish yet. To take Obi-Wan the princess's news, to take my master Luke away from here, and, in the end, perhaps more vital still, to make connection twixt the two good men. A foolish thing this flight may seem to thee, and yet more fine than foolish shall it be.
Mine uncle, thou shouldst know my mind. Methinks the R2 unit we have bought belike may have been stolen.
Thievery hath e'er been part and parcel of the Jawa's trade. But in thine utterance I sense there's more. So say, young Luke, why thinkest thou thereon?
Good uncle, well, I know the Jawa's tricks, yet as thou sayest, I mean something more. A stolen moment with those droids hath shown to me a reason they may stolen be. I did uncover a recording whilst I cleaned the R2 unit. He purports to be the property of someone known as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thus thought I that may he stolen be. As to the name, this Obi-Wan Kenobi, wondered I if mayhap he meant Ben. Canst thou make sense?
Nay.
Yet I wonder if this Obi-Wan perchance may be some kin to yonder Ben.
Fie, fie. Shall that old man now haunt my home? That wizard is a damned scurvy man. Tomorrow shalt thou take the R2 droid to Anchorhead and have its memory erased. So shall there an end be to it, for it belongeth only now to us.
What if this Obi-Wan appears and lays his claim into this R2 droid? What's stolen may be worth the looking for.
The looking shall not happen, nor the find, for I believe the man doth not exist. Now shall I by a lie destroy the man, lest he be given new life in Luke's young mind. The boy a keen imagination hath. This Obi-Wan hath not for ages walked within this universe. He is no more. 'Twas many moons ago the old man died. Aye, truly he hath met his end, about the time so long ago when wars were fought, the time when men did battle to the grave, the time before the empire ruled supreme, the time wherein thy father died as well.
Knew he my father?
Though I tell of men and wars and battles brave, still all he hears is that word, father. Prithee, Luke, forget. Thy task is to prepare the droids for work tomorrow. In the morning shall they be upon the south ridge, laboring with those condensers.
Aye, and I believe these droids shall serve us well. In troth, good uncle, now I must confess my mind is moved to think upon the pact twixt thee and me, and our agreement. Namely, that I shall stay here another season. Crops that grow in these harsh climes will surely grow, sans me. And so, mine uncle, if these droids will satisfy, I wish my application to submit to the great academy this year.
Nay, Luke, an uncle's heart is breaking. Canst thou mean the next semester hence, before the harvest time?
Just so. Quite plentiful are droids.
But harvest time I need thee most. Wilt thou here in the desert yet desert? 'Tis only one more season. This year I shall make enough at harvest time to hire more hands to help. Then canst thou go next year to the academy. To pilot is a noble trade, my boy, but family is nobler still. I prithee understand I need thee, Luke.
'Tis one more year entire.
'Tis only one more season.
Aye, so saidst thou when my dear friends Biggs and Tank did leave. Now cracks a hopeful heart, yet when by the land a man's ambitions firmly grounded are. So shall a bird ne'er learn to fly or soar when wings are clipped by crops and roots and soil.
Pray, whither fliest thou, Luke?
It seems, dear aunt, I nowhere go, nor flee, nor sail, nor fly. Instead, I must remain and clean those droids.
Oh, Owen, he cannot abide for aye with us. 'Tis true, his friends are mostly gone. It hath great meaning for our well-loved Luke. This bird would surely fly.
So promise I that I shall set all things aright, Baru. The bird shall fly indeed when time is ripe, and when the nest hath no more need of him.
But Owen, he hath not a farmer's heart. This apple falls quite near his father's tree.
'Tis true, and this, my dear, is what I fear.
Oh, I am fortune's fool. 'Tis true, 'tis true! And gazing now upon the double sun of my home Tatooine, I know full well that elsewhere lies my destiny, not here. Although my uncle's will is that I stay, my heart within me bursts to think on it, for out among the spheres I wish to roam. Adventure and rebellion stir my blood. Those oft-repeated words of my mate Biggs, I do believe that all the world's a star. Beyond that heavenly light, I shall fly far.
Alas, my R2-D2 he hath flown, and all the while he beepeth on and on about his duty in rebellion's cause. Oh, with what strength shall I be punished when R2's treachery discovered is? So shall I hide myself behind this ship, in hopes I'll not be found by Master Luke.
C-3PO, I say, what dost thou there? At what game playest thou, O jolly droid?
I prithee, sir, be thou not cross with me. 'Twas through no fault of mine, in truth I swear. Pray let me not be deactivated be. I asked him, and urged him not to go. With sighs and words of plenty plied I him. With many earnest pleadings made my cause, and yet he was to me as one made deaf. His metal ears, as 'twere, did seem to plug, as though no word of mine could penetrate, and break upon his sense of hearing. Oh, I fear a cursed malfunction doth befall my dear and treasured R2 unit.
Nay!
Aye, verily, his mission is supreme. So saith he will not hindered be, nor from his wayward, stubborn purpose veer. Sir, ever hath that R2 unit a problem that hath vexed me through and through. Astromech droids have ever puzzled me. Their minds have tempers mighty to behold, though all contained in frames of modest size.
Why? How have I so easily been tricked? This R2 hath performed his greatest feat, to vanish, scope to wheels, into the air. Oh, blast it, and FICOs too!
Now he is angered. Peace, my master, peace. Good sir, forgive my impudence, but may we yet this e'en go out a-searching?
Nay, 'tis far too dangerous. The night is dark, but darker are the dreaded sand people, and darkest most of all their thievery. Thus, as the darkness waits for light to dawn, so must we wait for morning to arrive.
Oh, Luke, come hither. Swiftly come ye in. The time hath come to darken down the power.
Anon, good uncle. Thy good word I'll heed. Oh, I shall taste the whips and scorns of my dear uncle's anger. So shall that small droid, though yet far gone, wreak havoc on my soul.
Aye, sir, 'tis true. Although the droid is skilled at laboring and service, most doth he excel at wearying the hearts of men.
And so a restless night doth pass within, while Luke doth ponder future punishment, and longs for his lost droid search to begin. C-3PO doth fear his banishment. At early morn with eager wills they rise, a shared endeavor binding them anew. The fast land speeder o'er the desert flies. They go to find the errant droid, R2.
Good friend, take heed. The scanner doth report a droid ahead. Pray, swiftly take us hence. Belike our R2-D2 there awaits. Perhaps I'll yet escape my uncle's wrath.
While droid and man go racing across the sand, the Tusken Raiders watch the two pass by. Their banthas mounting, gaffy sticks at hand, they heave into the air their warring cry.
Pray, whither goest thou, naughty droid?
Nay, Master Luke is now thy rightful owner. Learn obedience. Aye, learn our loyalty. Pray, learn respect. and learn thou not to speak of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Speak not to me of mission, droid. I'll warrant happy thou shalt be if our new master does not let thee know the blaster's deadly touch today.
Pray, patience, dear C-3PO, 'tis well, but let us hence. What can the matter be? What doth he say?
He doth report that creatures have come, approaching stealthily from the southeast.
Sand people, hither, come and let us see. Unbidden doth adventure come, yet here I stand, prepared to rise and welcome fate. The twisting strands she threads we must but trail, for 'tis the wire that leadeth us through life. Fate's hand hath placed me here on Tatooine, and now she beckons onward to the abyss. Now o'er adventure's great abyss I perch, above all time, above the universe, above the rim of chance and destiny. And Sister Fate doth dare me to look in. And there I find my happiness. I peer therein, embrace my fate, and blink. Come, life, for I am ready now to live. I spy 2 banthas, yet no sand people. Oh, wait, one's at the appearance of me now!
With sudden viciousness, the Tuskens come. They knock young Luke and cause the droid to fall. They seek to take a harshly pillaged son, till frightened by a false crate dragon call.
Now enter I the scene of this boy's life. This boy, whom I have watched for many years, hath grown into the man before me now. My hope I now entrust to him alone, that he might be our sure deliverance. Yet, this situation warrants care. I must approach with caution as we speak, and meet his questions as a trusted guide. My inner joy I must with patience hide, for certain it is that gives me great delight to see him now, his face, his golden hair. So long I have watched o'er him from afar. So many hours and days of my life spent in hopeful expectation of this one. In his beginning, I shall find my end. This business shall reveal my final stage. Yet, in my closing scenes, perhaps I'll write a worthy ending to my mortal days. 'Tis possible that in this gentle one, the dream I've waited so long for shall come true. So I'll compose a final act, that shall accomplish 2 most worthy ends: to set the world aright and save this old man's soul. Oh, well met, little one.
Almost I could my metal tongue release and speak to him. This man doth show sure signs of wisdom and experience.
Come hither, tiny friend. You're not afraid. Oh, nay, prithee, fret thou not, for he shall make a full recovery. Ah, rest easy, lad, for thou hast had a fall, and more adventure hast thou seen today than many in a lifetime do. I say, thou catchest fortune's favor to survive a cruel attack from sand people most vile.
By this light, 'tis Ben Kenobi here. It fills my heart with joy and soothes my pain to meet thee.
Aye, 'tis well. But let's go hence. The Jundland wastes are no place for travelers is. Now prithee, good young Luke, say wherefore art thou here? And what strange errand bringeth thee herein where I am wont to dwell?
This droid. Aye, truly he hath brought me here. It seemeth unto me that he doth search to find his former master, yet in all my days I ne'er have seen devotion such as this one showeth from a droid. Yet he claims that he belongeth to a man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I thought perchance the man some relative of yours may be. Dost thou know any by such name?
How the heart inside me breaks to hear that name I once was called so long ago. Happy fate, that 'tis Luke's voice that calls. Aye, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, the name is like a song. Yet whether glorious song of joy or else some dirge of bitter pain, I'm yet unsure. It is a name I have not heard for lo these many, many years. Long, long time.
My uncle knoweth Obi-Wan, I ken. And he doth report to me the man is dead.
Owen, thou wretched knave, such base deceit! And yet I know full well why thou spokest. Should I have acted different in thy place? But nay, the man takes not his final sleep, at least unto this moment now, not yet.
Then knowest thou him?
Aye, verily I do. I know the man as if he were myself, for truly, aye, he is. This Obi-Wan, dear Luke, is I.
By heaven's light!
I have not heard this name, this Obi-Wan, since ere e'en thou self wert born.
Aye, then I see this little droid is bound to thee.
I have no memory of owning such a droid as this. It's curious indeed. Now mark thee these my words. We must repair indoors to escape a second cudgeling here. The Sand People do easily take flight, but soon they shall return with many more.
Oh, C-3PO!
Where am I? Have I taken a new step? In dreams have I seen visions of my death. 10,000 soldiers pranced upon my grave, and I alone to face the murderous mass could only weep at my untimely end.
Peace, peace, good droid. Thou art alive, fear not. Now canst thou now stand? We quickly must depart, and strive to, before the Sand People attack us here, and strive to make thy dream reality.
Oh, whether dream or waking I know not, but go thee hence and save thyself, I pray. C-3PO by nightmare hath been slain.
Oh, this droid shall quickly stretch his welcome fin.
I shall not leave thee, droid. Thou speakst sans sense. Come, I'll bear thee. So argue not.
What noble care he takes to soothe this droid. We must make haste or face them yet again, so hence let us away unto my den.
Nay, thou art sure misled, O wise one, for my father hath not fought in any wars. Full many evenings as I lay abed, such tales I heard of him I never knew. A navigator on a freighter ship, which carried fragrant spices hence to yon my father was. He kneweth not of wars.
So hath thine uncle told thee. Marry, he did not agree with aught thy father told of his philosophy and brave ideals. Thine uncle, tethered to the land, did not believe thy father should become involved in matters of the stars and empires, nay. What shall I of the father tell the child? If gentle Luke knew all that's known to me, I'll warrant he'd not understand the rhyme and reason for my words. And yet, what is to lie? To tell the truth, all else be damned? Or else to tell, perhaps, a greater truth? Is it the truth to tell a boy each fact and thus deface his father's memory? Or have I spoken better truth to Luke when I about his father speak with pride? Aye, every child deserves a champion.
Hast thou done battle in the Clone Wars?
Aye, and was once a Jedi Knight, the same as thy dear father.
Oh, how tears well up within me for the loss of that dear man whom never I did know, nor do, nor will.
I tell thee truly, amongst the pilots, he was ere the greatest in the galaxy. He was also a cunning warrior, and to the last he was a dear, dear friend. And now to play upon his natural sense of self-importance, so to draw him near to thoughts of Jedi training for himself. I hear thou art a pilot skilled as well. This calleth to mind a gift I have for thee. Thy father hath desired that thou shouldst have this weapon when thou wert of age. Thine uncle, though, would none of it. So feared he that thou might join with Obi-Wan upon a fool's crusade or devil's task, just as thy father hath when he was young.
Yes, sir. If thou dost not need me not, I shall shut down upon the present moment here.
Why speakest he here when 'tis my time to speak? These droids of protocol are air uncouth, of etiquette they know but little, troth.
Pray tell, what is't?
Thy father's lightsaber. It is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. If thou in thine own hand could hold a sun, then thou wouldst know the power of this tool. Not merely random, neither awkward like a blaster, nay. The lightsaber maintains a noble elegance, a Jedi's pride. 'Tis something for a civilized, new age.
Now holdeth Luke the weapon in his hand, and with a switch the flame explodes in blue. The noble light Luke's reverence doth command. That instant was a Jedi born anew.
Now doth the Force begin to work in him. For many generations, Jedi were the guarantors of justice, peace, and good within the Old Republic. Ere the dark times came, and ere the Empire gan to reign.
How hath my father died?
Question apt. The story whole I'll not reveal to him. Yet may he one day understand my drift. But from a certain point of view, it may be said my answer is the honest truth. A Jedi named Darth Vader. Aye, a lad whom I had taught until he evil turned, did help the Empire hunt and then destroy the Jedi. Now the hottest words of all I'll utter unto this innocent, but hope that one day he shall comprehend. He hath thy father murdered and betrayed, and now our Jedi nearly all extinct. Young Vader was seduced and taken by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
The Force. The Force doth give a Jedi all his power, and 'tis a field of energy that doth surround and penetrate and bind all things together here within our galaxy.
In hearing this wise man, I almost my errand quite forgot. Now to my work.
And now, my little friend, shall I attempt to find out whence thou came, and to discern the reason wherefore thou hast left thy home for lands unknown, a mission to pursue.
He hath a message played.
Thus have I found.
Dear General Kenobi, many years ago thou served my noble father in the Clone Wars. Now he beggeth thee to come again and aid him in his struggle with the Empire. Sadly may I not be there with thee in person, my request to give. My ship of late hath fallen under siege, and thus my mission, bringing thee unto my cherished planet Alderaan, hath failed. Yet have I deep within the memory banks of this brave R2 unit stored the plans most vital for Rebellion's victory. My father can retrieve the plans therein, but I must ask of thee to take the droid and bring him unto Alderaan with care. The desperate hour is now upon us. Please, I beg thee, sir. Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Help, thou art my only hope.
The message ends, then doth a silence fall. While Obi-Wan his duty contemplates, young Luke considers whether fate doth call. Aye, in this moment, destiny awaits.
The boy doth hear and hath the taste of fire new burning in his ears. Now shall I play the part of fuel and gently stroke that fire. Thou must be taught the Force if thou wouldst come away with me and go to Alderaan.
Nay, Alderaan. Oh, this man hath many charms, and now it seems to me that I have been these many hours under some great spell that he hath cast. Nay, I must hence back home. 'Tis late, and Uncle Owen shall be vexed if I do not return to him ere long.
And now it must be done, or else 'tis lost. I need all thy good help, Luke. So doth she. For such adventures I have grown too old.
Nay, I should not be involved, dear friend. Much work there is to be completed yet, and as the seers say true, a crop without its harvester is like a dewback sans its rider. Verily, I loathe the cruel and noisome empire, aye, yet nothing against it have I power to do at present. Fie, 'tis all so far, far distant from this place.
Thus speaks thine uncle through thy lips, not thee.
Mine uncle. Oh, mine uncle. How shall I to him explain this matter? Tell me, how?
Come now with me and learn the Force, dear Luke.
Now am I split in twain by fate's sharp turns. Two paths. The one toward adventure leads, the other taketh me back to my home. I have for all my life longed to go hence. And now this Obi-Wan hath reason given why I should leave my Tatooine and fly into the stars. Aye, he hath told me of the powerful Force. And yet another force doth pull me home, the force of duty and responsibility. I would go hence, would fly today, and ne'er look back again. Except Beru and Owen are my true and loyal family. 'Tis settled then. I stay on Tatooine until the time when I may leave with clear, unfettered soul. I shall take thee as far as Anchorhead. From there mayst thou find transport to where thou goest. Aye, throughout the galaxy.
Thou must hold with thy conscience, it is true. Whate'er thou thinkest right, thus thou shouldst do.
Until this battle station utterly prepared and operational shall be, 'tis plainly vulnerable to an attack. The rebels have more resources and are more dangerous than thou wilt deign to see.
Perhaps of danger to thy starfleets, aye, but not unto this battle station strong.
Rebellion shall gain more support within the Imperial Senate.
Oh, these men do talk and quibble like a brood of clucking hens. The Imperial Senate which thou speakst of here no longer any threat to us doth hold. For truly have I just received word that our great Emperor himself dissolved the council. Now the final remnants of the old Republic fade away like a dew.
But Mary, 'tis impossible. How shall the Emperor maintain control without the Crimson Court of vast bureaucracy?
Oh, how these politicians irk me so. Of governors and territories care I not, but I retain their company for mine own purposes. And though their talk doth tire my mind, I do confess that naught I've found hath on their counsel yet improved. For every human bond is meaningless. All family doth leave, and friends betray, and lovers fail, and teachers turn. And thus among the politicians shall I dwell, where lies, deceit, and garrulous talk do make the universe go round. But yet I vow I'll not be governed by the governors. No policy of politicians heed. Instead, myself and my dear Emperor together shall pursue our destiny.
The governors of all the regions now have sole control o'er their especial lands, and fear shall keep the people all in line. Fear of this very battle station, aye.
But what, pray tell, of the rebellion vile? For if the rebels have the plans to this good station stolen, possible it is they may have found a weakness which in haste they shall exploit. Pray, Tarkin, mark my words.
Those plans shall soon recovered be, fear not.
Attack upon this station pointless is, regardless of the data they have found. I speak not rashly when I hear aver, this station now hath power ultimate o'er all else in the vast, wide universe. And now, I prithee, let us see it used.
Nay, peace. I warn thee, man, be not too proud of thy great terror technological. A weapon of the mass destruction of a planet, even to destroy it whole, is no match for the power of the Force.
Thou shalt not tempt to frighten us with words so like a man of magic, Vader. Nay, thy sorcerer's act is tired and overdone. The sad religion thou dost cling to have no power to conjure up the stolen plans, nor dost thou have a third eyesight to
The power of the Force is now unveiled as Vader holds the Admiral in check. The Force that Motti with his words impaled now hath a wampa's hold around his neck.
I find thy lack of faith disturbing.
Cease! No more of this! Good Vader, let him be.
As is thy will. My point hath well been made upon his prideful, unbelieving throat.
Enough! This endless bickering shall end. Lord Vader shall provide the setting of the Eren's rebel base before the time this station shall be operational. And then, my friends, the Emperor and the Empire shall rejoice. Rebellion shall be crushed in one swift stroke. Now get ye gone, fulfill this purpose grand.
My troopers on the planet Tatooine have traced the creatures who have found the droids. We shall retrieve those plans.
'Tis well, 'tis well. Thou ever wert a faithful servant to the Emperor, Lord Vader. Prithee go, and take with thee a governor's gratitude. There goes a man who hath a mind to serve. The Emperor doth hold him in his grasp and lays a claim upon his heart and soul. Well I recall when as a younger man, the Emperor and Vader with me stood and contemplated our shared destiny. Now Vader, split twixt manhood and machine, fulfills a vital place within my plans. Aye, though I fear the Force, he knows his place. He knoweth he and I stand side by side, together wrapped in power's warm embrace, our Emperor to serve, until at last the final curtain of life's play is dropped. As history hath made this Tarkin great, this battle station now shall make me feared. I am as constant as the Endor moon, and shall rebellion crush, and do it soon.
It seemeth that the Sand People have done this wretched deed. Young Gaffy sticks in tracks of Bantha, aye, but ne'er in all my years have Tuscans gone awry so far as this.
And they have not. Though they who this vile deed have done would make us think Sand People did. But hark, take note, and look the year thereupon. Yon tracks are side by side, yet Sand People 'tis known ere one behind the other ride. So better may they hide their numbers large.
These Jawas are the very same who sold C-3PO, and R2-D2 too, and to mine uncle not 2 days ago.
And these marks here, these blast points are too fine and accurate for Sand People, 'tis true. For only stormtroopers by Empire trained are so precise and cunning in their work. Surveying the scene, I fear what cometh next. For certain have the troops more evil done. Good Owen and Beru are no doubt slain, though it breaks my heart to think on it. It may be that their deaths will spark Luke's soul and lead him unto good rebellion's cause. So by their death, may others yet find life.
But why, say why, would these Imperial troops have aught to do with Jawas? Wait, I see, the droids. If they have traced them here, they may have soon discovered whom they sold them to, which, oh, my soul, would lead them to my home.
Pray patience, Luke, 'tis far too dangerous.
Now flies Luke off in his land speeder quick and finds his home engulfed in flames of red. Then spies amid the smoke, so black and thick, the bodies of his aunt and uncle, dead. A sadder, wiser man he cometh back. With noble purpose now his life's imbued, by wrongful, vicious, cowardly attack. The Empire hath Luke's passion quite renewed.
'Twas nothing thou, Luke, couldst have done had thou been there. Thou murdered would have been as well. Aye, also would the droids now captured be, and would be in the Empire's evil hands.
Thou knowest, friend, what I have seen today. No sorrow like to this have I e'er known. I wish to come with thee to Alderaan. For nothing have I here on Tatooine. Then shall he learn the Force, and shall become a Jedi like my father. Thus I vow. So let's prepare and go upon our way. With haste, may we escape the troopers vile. Adventure have I asked for in this life, and now have I too much of my desire. My soul within me weeps. My mind, it runs 1,000 varied paths. My Uncle Owen and my Aunt Beru. Have they been cruelly killed for what I want? So shall I never want again, if in the wanting all I love shall be destroyed. Oh, fie, thou knave adventure! Evil trick of boyhood's mind, that ever should one seek to have adventure when one hath a home. A family so kind and full of love. Good, steady work, and vast abundant crops. Why would one give up all this gentle life for that one beastly word, adventure? Fie. But soft, my soul, be patient and be wise. The sands of time ne'er turn backward yet, and forward marches fate, not the reverse. So while I cannot wish for them to live, I can my life commit unto their peace. Thus shall I undertake to do them proud, and take whate'er adventure comes my way. 'Tis now my burden, so I'll wear it well, and to the great rebellion give my life. A Jedi shall I be, in all things brave, and thus shall they be honored in the grave.
Now in her cell the princess doth remain, with hope and trouble written on her face. At times she faces torture, hard pain. With these tools Vader seeks the rebel base. While Leia in her captive state is kept, young Luke and Obi-Wan set on their way. Approaching town, they hope to intercept a pilot to transport them sans delay.
Mos Eisley Spaceport. Never shalt thou find a hive more rank and wretched, aye, and filled with villainy. So must we cautious be.
I prithee speak. How long hast thou these droids?
'Tis 3 or mayhap 4 full seasons now.
We are prepared to sell them, shouldst thou wish.
Now is the force to noble purpose used, not as the Sith employing it to smite. Hath through the dark side rank the force abused, good Obi-Wan shall use the force for right.
Pray, show me now thy papers.
Nay, thou dost not need to see his papers.
Nay, we do not need to see his papers.
True it is that these are not the droids for which thou searchest.
Aye, these are not the droids I which we search.
Now the lad may go his merry way.
Lad, thou mayst go thy merry way.
Now get thee hence.
Now get thee hence. Go hence.
Now by my troth, I cannot comprehend how we those threatening stormtroopers did scape. Verily, I thought our end was nigh.
The Force hath mighty power o'er the weak and simple-minded of the universe.
Dost thou believe we shall therein, in yon dank place, discover any pilot whom hath means to transport us to Alderaan?
A goodly crew of freighter pilots here may oft be found, but prithee, take good care. This small cantina hath an ill repute.
I find myself prepared for everything.
The youth hath figure, hopefully judgment too.
Now mark thee well, good viewer, what you see. Such varied characters are on display. For never hath there been such company as in Mos Eisley gathers day by day. The creatures gather round the central bar, while hammerheads and horned monsters talk. A band composed of aliens bizarre. This is the great cantina, thou mayest gawk.
A word. Herein we shall not serve their kind. Thy droids. They must depart beyond these walls.
Good friends, pray wait beside the speeder now, for we desire no conflict here today.
I do with all my heart agree, sir, dear sir.
I say, he liketh not thy look.
Forgive me, sir. Nor do I like his face, yet do I groan.
I do not like thy look. Indeed, young lad, I bite my thumb at thee. Proceed with care. For we two men are wanted by the law. I have earned the penalty of death in many systems, and would gladly earn it here as well if thou provoke me to it.
I would mayhap be fearful if this man hath even shoulder height on me attained. Tut, careful shall I be.
Thou shalt be dead!
Hey, peace. This little lad's not worth thy time. Now come, let us be friends, good sir. Then shall we to thy health and welfare drink. I have no wish or purpose here to fight. Have these drunkards left me little choice. But there is yet a lesson to be learned. This Obi-Wan, though old, hath still the gift. Chewbacca here doth service as first mate upon a ship that may our purpose meet.
Han Solo, at thy service, gentlemen. The great Millennium Falcon is my ship. Well, my first mate Chewie telleth me ye seek safe passage to the system Alderaan.
Aye, true, 'tis a vessel swift of flight.
A vessel swift of flight, thou sayest? Hast thou not heard of the Millennium Falcon, sir?
Now shall he boast, but if his ship we'd have, some boasting I'll endure. Nay, should I have?
'Tis but the ship that hath the Kessel Run accomplished in 12 parsecs, nothing more. Imperial starships have I slyly scaped, but nothing more of that. And neither do I speak about bulk cruisers small, but vast Carillion ships. Yet, nothing more, no more. Now, I shall not brag about her speed, good sir. Suffice to say, the ship shall fill thy needs, as she's the fastest e'er. But nothing more.
Aye, nothing more. I wish he'd hold his peace. This man, it seems, doth love his ship far more than e'er I saw a man his woman love.
Pray tell, what shall the cargo be?
Myself, the boy, 2 droids, and ne'er a question asked.
'Tis what, a touch of local trouble here?
Nay, let us simply say it thus. We would imperial entanglements avoid.
Aye, there's the rub. So thou shalt further pay. 10,000 is the cost, and every bit shalt thou deliver ere we leave the dock.
10,000? Fine, we could our own ship buy for such a sum as this.
A goodly jest, for who should pilot such a ship, shouldst thou?
Oh, thou errant knave, I could indeed. A pilot skilled am I am right. Now, should we stay and be more abused by this man's words?
2,000 can we render to thee now, and 15 more deliver when we come with safety unto Alderaan's bright port.
Say 17. Congratulations, men, thou hast a ship secured, and will depart whene'er thou art prepared. But thou shalt find me at Docking Harbor number 94.
Aye, 94.
It seemeth that thou may already have provoked some interest. 17! So must they desperate be. This truly may swift deliverance prove. Go thou unto the ship and be prepared. In times now past I have poor judgments made, and now these errors plague my very soul. For freedom I was made for taking wing, yet as a market man I cannot fly. For bound by debts, by duty, and by fear, I live my life along the razor's edge. One part of me that hunts for a better life, and one part hunted for the life I've led. My own existence is a paradox. A smuggler with a lover's kindly heart, a gambler with a noble spirit brave. I would be better than it seems I am, if ever I transcend the man I was. Perhaps this new employment shall reveal the way I make straight my crooked path, thus heal my past and write a future new.
Nakuna chuta solo?
Yes, indeed, good Greedo. I have planned to make my way unto thy master. Tell thou Jabba plain I have obtained his money.
Sung pichle na mala trampi chok makachisa. Na Jabba winin chikospa murishan. Tut nyangye wanya yoksa. Nachaski nyowi kuchusku.
'Tis true, yet this time the money is truly mine.
Kelichelia chulka intin kunkus.
This bounty hunter doth my patience try. Nay, nay, I have not money with me now. Tell Jabba.
Hiwithi, algaru puye anya arugago shuku, shunu pua ipi.
But even I from time to time have boarded bin. Dost thou believe I e'er had the choice?
Trojab, napakni abnya apa.
Nay, not that. The day when Jabba taketh my dear ship shall be the day you find me a grave man.
Neuchle numa, chespeka nufa na krinko canyo, anachos kanya.
Aye, true. I'll warrant thou hast wished this day. Pray, goodly sir, forgive me for the mess. And whether I shot first, I'll ne'er confess.
The princess hath shown great resistance to the mind probe. 'Twere as if she knew the Force and had a Jedi's blood to overcome the piercing of her mind by a machine. Belike it shall some length of time yet be until we can extract the thoughts therein.
The final tests are now complete at last. And thus my news. The Death Star stands prepared. Aye, fully operational it is. So, Governor, what course shall we now set?
Perhaps the stubborn princess shall respond to an alternative persuasiveness.
I prithee, Tarkin, say, what dost thou mean?
Pray patience, Darth. Thou shalt my meaning learn. Now time it is the power of this Death Star shown to all shall be. Now, Admiral, go forth and set thy course for Alderaan.
I understand thee, and with pride obey.
The death of innocence doth bring me joy, because the dark side is my chosen path. The senseless end of others pains me not, for I have played the part of Judge Severe, and then have been the executioner. Why would I care for those on Alderaan, when I have murdered innocents as they? 'Tis my dark calling which I do embrace. To Alderaan we fly on course direct, and to this feast of death I shall not object.
The door is locked, and as my father oft hath said, a locked door no mischief makes. So sure am I that thus behind this door cannot be found the droids for which we search. And thus may we move on with conscience clear.
I'll tell thee true, I would with Master Luke prefer to go than now remain with thee. I do not know what trouble here may be, yet certain am I thou deserves the blame.
I'll warrant thou shalt have thy recompense.
Hold thou thy cursing and most cursed tongue.
Thou must thy speeder sell.
Oh, that matters not, for now shall I return into this place.
Young Luke doth with a buyer swiftly meet, and in a trice a hasty deal is wrought. A speeder sold along the dusty street, but with the sale a new chance for hope is bought.
A paltry sum, in truth. Aye, ever since the XP38 hath been released, this model hath but little value. Fie.
Fear not, it shall suffice. 'Twill serve our need.
Now while young Luke and Obi-Wan prepare, their deeds are watched by eyes as yet unseen. With black beak menacing, he spies the pair. Then comes another fiend with portly mien.
Ba solo, hai la panoia solo.
Now married, 'tis an unexpected scene. Aye, here, thou Jabba, slimy and rotund. I have waited long thy coming here.
Buno atuipi.
Nay, nay, thou didst not think that I should run, didst thou?
Nahan mabuki. Kile klea koko wanda da mulira. Mawanki chisa crismo grido.
Next time thou doth wish to counsel hold with me, pray come thyself. Send not thy churlish, dismal, dreaming knaves.
Han. Make chise. Pasatanayo no kakimalia. Iyangid imperial tisa tua spastic warno. Yani da punu.
Nay, see here, as I have said before. Oh, verily 'tis though I have just said thus. Even I from time to time have boarded been. Dost thou believe I ever had the choice? Aye, true, it sometimes seemeth I repeat myself. Now have I, though, a simple charter found, and soon as it is done, thy payment full shall be done as well, belike with interest. I need but time, and I shall do it, sir.
Nahan, mabuki, baganyana kontaita, si faluto 20, yaman.
Nay, say thou not so much. 15% I'll warrant shall be well.
Si faluto itin, iyama madugi masa, ito ang cheko panagin, na mitobang dongko, lochoda.
O Jabba, thou art ever a kindly soul.
Baska.
Now, if yon ship is truly fast, as quick as this Han Solo boasted so, we shall do well.
What folly-fallen ship is this? What rough-hewn, wayward scut is here?
0.5 pest light speed shall she make, my lad. Now, truly, earnest she low marks for looks, but still a finer spirit hath no ship. Full many small improvements have I made to render her e'en faster than before. Now, married gentlemen, if thou agree, we shall be off and speedily from here. And if thy mouth insulteth it again, I promise, boy, thy face shall meet my hand.
But ere the ship departs the sandy dock, the stormtroopers appear with massive threat. Informed by the beaked spies' traitorous talk, they come upon the ship with weapons set.
Pray, stop yon ship! I blast them to the stars!
Chewbacca, prithee, hence now let us go.
No! Traveling in space, it works me woe.
Mos Eisley now is left behind at last, while newer scenes come into view apace. As Han's Millennium Falcon flies far fast, the action of our play moves back to space.
Now are we followed hard upon by an Imperial cruiser. Verily, these passengers of great import must be, for they by the Empire are hotly pursued. Chewbacca, prithee, swift make our defense, and angle the deflector shield, whilst I make plain the calculations for light speed. Now, vigilance, my Wookiee, quickly! Come, 2 further ships try and block our path.
Nay, wherefore canst thou not outrun them both? For thou didst boast of this strange vessel's speed.
Again, he prattles on about the ship. Oh, would that I left him on the ground! Pray, mark thy words, lad, else thou surely wilt become like refuse to a star destroyer, and float away to vanish midst the stars. I'll warrant we shall soon in safety fly, once we the jump to hyperspace can make. And what is more, my skill doth all exceed at making keen maneuvers. All my life I have escaped one scrape, and yet one more. Well, I remember when I was but a boy, I chased a nerf whilst on a speeder bike. Through rocky field and harsh terrain we went. Within, around, and backwards was our game. I caught the nerf that splendid day, but it seems I have been dodging ever since.
How long now ere thou canst achieve light speed?
A few more moments shall it take whilst this computer doth its navigation work.
But art thou mad? For certain they approach. I have not made this journey just to die. This man shall surely be the end of me.
This travel unto hyperspace is not the same as thine adusting of the crops upon thy land of infinite dry sand. Sand's calculations quite exact, we would be like run through a belt of asteroids, or hit upon a planet's center mark. Should such our fate become, thy trip would end before it had begun.
But oh, what now? What light through yonder flashing sensor breaks?
It marks the loss of yon deflector shield. I bid thee peace! Now sit and take thou heed, for all's prepared to make the jump to light speed.
Han graspeth quick the console in his hand, then suddenly the ship is bathed in light. With roar of engine, noise profound and grand, the great Millennium Falcon takes her flight.
Ah, Governor Tarkin, scurvy knave art thou. Now seems it plain to me that Vader doth perform the part of docile dog unto the sickening whinny of his master's voice. Familiar stench of dog's best friend have I marked deep within the sense of smell, e'en when I came unto this station.
Ever wert thou charming there, even to the last. Thou couldst not comprehend how hard it was. Aye, verily, how I did sigh and weep to give the order to destroy thy life.
Surprised am I thou had the courage to take responsibility for such as this unto thy cowardly, small self.
She groweth ever bolder, which doth but increase my appetite to see her scream. My princess, ere thou executed art, I would thou join me for a moment full of pomp and circumstance. For at this grand and noble ceremony shall the power of this great battle station here be shown to be quite fully operational. Now no star system shall e'er dare oppose the Emperor.
Oh, but how wrong thou art. The more that thou dost exercise thy grip, the more star systems through that grip shall fall.
Not after we have shown the power vast this battle station shall to them display. And to the point, thou hast determined what the primary demonstration of its force shall be, which planet shall oblivion face. Now shall I drive this nail unto its home, and watch with joy as she with grief is torn. Since thou hast so refused to grant to us the hid location of the rebel base, I shall unleash this station's power upon thine own home planet, even Alderaan.
Nay, do not do so to peaceful Alderaan.
Thou shalt a military target name, then render swift the system's name as well, or else thy Alderaan goes to it. I tire of asking o'er and o'er, so thus I promise. This shall be the final time. Where is thy rebel base?
On Dantooine. It may be found on Dantooine.
Thou seest, Vader, how a cat may have her claws removed. Now, Admiral, thou mayst continue with thy weapons test, and surely mayst thou fire when all's prepared.
What madness here?
Thou far too trusting art. The tiny Dantooine is too remote to show this station's power, but pray, fear not. We shall in time thy rebel friends pursue.
To do the governor's most evil will, the people on the Death Star quickly rise. With mighty flash the beam bursts bright and shrill, and Alderaan is shattered for their eyes.
When Alderaan hath blossomed bright, then sang we songs of Nani. But now her day is turned to night. Sing hey, and lack a day. My friend and I stood by the river, then sang we songs of Nani. But I could not her soul deliver. Sing hey, and lack a day. My planet hath the bluest shore, then sang we songs of Nani. That noble land is now no more. Sing hey, and lack a day.
The instant Alderaan is smashed to bits, Luke tries his lightsaber, a keen trainee. The droids and Wookiee play a game of wits, but Obi-Wan doth sense catastrophe.
Now breaks my heart, as through the Force I sense the suffering of many worthy souls. I know not what this doth portend, and yet I fear the worst.
Sir, how farest thou?
Forsooth, a great disturbance in the Force have I just felt. 'Twas like a million mouths cried out in fear at once, and then were gone, all hushed and quiet, silent to the last. I fear a stroke of evil hath occurred, but thou, good Luke, thy practice recommence.
Thou mayest all thy troubles now forget, the imperial knaves have been outrun at last. Well, here's a solemn gathering indeed, quite lacking in the proper gratitude. Nay, speak thou not thy thanks too heartily, else thy praise shall go swiftly to my head. But here's the point, we shall let Alderaan arrive ere long.
Pray, R2-D2 caution show. A hath he made, thou furry lump? No use is there in screaming all the loss. However did I join this company, a Wookiee and his smuggler captain, oh.
Be thou wise, droid, mark well what thou dost. As it is said, black holes are worth thy fear, but fear thou more a Wookiee's deadly wrath.
But sir, no proverb warns the galaxy of how a droid may hotly angered be.
Aye, marry, 'tis because no droid hath e'er torn out of joint another being's arms upon a lesser insult e'en than this. But Wookiees, golden droid, are not so tame.
Thy meaning, sir, doth prick my circuit board. 'Tis best to play the fool and not the sage. To say it brief, pray, let the Wookiee win.
Brute, the fool I'll play with thee indeed. Yet I perceive thou and thy friend have heart.
Remember, Luke, the Force doth smoothly flow within the feelings of a Jedi Knight.
But doth the Force control one's every move?
'Tis somewhat so, but also shall the Force obey thine every command, young Luke.
This Force, by my troth, I'll never comprehend. It doth control and also doth obey? 'Tis within, and yet it is beyond. 'Tis both inside and yet outside oneself? What paradox! What fickle-natured power! Aye, frailty, thy name belike is Force. Ah, lack! This small remote has struck me again.
Thy errant system of belief, thy weapons ancient, all thy mysteries, thy robes and meditations o' the air, thy superstitions, e'en thy precious Force cannot compare to my religion true. A trusty blaster at my side. With thus I say my prayers and guard my soul.
Devoted follower must thou be with such a speech. Pray tell me, pilgrim reverent, dost thou most truly disbelieve the Force?
A pilgrim, truly said, for I have gone from galaxy to galaxy and more, yet never hath this faithful worshipper found aught to recommend that strange belief. A single force that binds the universe? 'Tis true, no mystical power controls Han Solo's yet unfinished destiny, and so I preach the one and only faith. My simple merry tricks are all my gods, and nonsense is the only testament. I worship at the shrine of my own will.
A wise philosopher if e'er there was. I'll warrant, he hath character he hides. Now prithee, try again, and lay aside thy conscious self. Take thou this helmet thick, adorn thine eyes with silver shield opaque, and trust thine instincts only as thy guide.
But surely 'tis a jest, for with this shield I nothing now can see. How can I fight? I truly fight, or walk, or even stand. Without one's sight, but little can be done.
Nay, 'tis in blindness one doth truly see. For eyes deceive, and sight is known to lie. Let feelings be thy sight, their guidance, trust.
With mind unsure, Luke readies for the fight. The small remote doth dodge most suddenly, but with calm mind Luke blocks its lasers bright. With inner eye, the Force has let him see.
Hurrah! Thou canst do it!
'Tis luck, no more.
Experience hath taught me much, dear man, and none of it hath shown me aught of luck.
To find success against a small remote is well, and taketh skill, I do confess. To find success against a living soul, however, also taketh excellence. It seemeth we draw near Alderaan.
I did feel something, Obi-Wan, 'tis true. It seems I fixed my soul's eye on the remote.
Seems, young one. Nay, thou didst. Think thou not seems. Thou hast thy first step ta'en toward a world far greater than thou canst now understand. And thus begins, if I have seen aright, his transformation into Jedi Knight.
My lord, our scout ships have reached Dantooine. Remains of the rebel base the scouts have found, yet surely hath it been a length of time deserted. Now, they shall begin to search surrounding systems, so to find the base.
The wench hath lied, deceiving cutthroat girl, most cunning princess born of hell's own heart.
I knew full well she never would betray her prized rebellion waste in her iced mind, and thus I said she ne'er should have our trust.
Destroy her! 'Tis a sentence more than just.
Now, dropping out of Lightspeed's frantic rush, we enter swift unto the area where should be the great Alderaan in view. But pray, what madness meets the Falcon's flight? Is this an asteroid field I see before me? The ship had wrought a course direct and true, and yet no Alderaan may be found. Oh, errand vile, oh, portents of great ill. What shall it mean when planets are no more for those who make their wages by the stars?
What news, good Han?
The ship's position hits the mark, and yet no Alderaan there is.
I pray thee, Mary, say, what canst thou mean? How can a planet vanish in the air?
Thou hast said right, my lad, it is not there. The planet's gone, all turned to rock and ash.
Thou spokest not right. Say how, pray how, tell how.
Destroyed it was, and by the Empire cruel.
Thousand ships could not destroy the planet. Truly 'twould take a greater power than ever there was known to humankind. But soft, another ship approaches quick.
Belike they can the tale to us relate.
Imperial fighter 'tis.
Hath it made chase?
Nay, a short-range fighter 'tis. Oh, how this situation here doth give me pause.
No base is there nearby. Whence cometh it? The courage in me melts away at this. My boast cannot resolve this mystery.
The ship departed swiftly. If they have identified our lot, we shall have strife.
'Tis my intent to keep us from that fate. Chewbacca, render its transmission blocked.
Pray let it go, 'tis too far flown.
Not long.
Dost thou agree? A fighter of its size, this deep in space, could not have come alone?
Belike 'twas in a group and now is lost.
It shall not live to tell the tale today.
Forsooth, he makes his way to that small moon.
I may play checkmate on him ere he lands.
Alas, I sense the game, and we're the pawns. That is no moon. 'Tis a space station there.
'Tis far too large a space station to be.
My feelings now do stir. I sense them well. They tell me we shall lose the match we play.
Pray turn thee now the ship around.
I shall. Now, Chewie, lock thou quick the auxiliary power.
Why do we still approach? What can be done?
It hath advantage using a tractor beam to pull us in unto its landing bay.
But pray some move thou must have left to make.
My moves are finished, lad. I must shut down, else shall the ship entire soon come apart. But still, with all my players I shall fight.
Thou canst not win, but will by strategy some good alternatives to fighting see.
So enters the Millennium Falcon in unto the Death Star, grand and stark in mien. With fear, the Wookiee and the three brave men look on as their space journey changes scene. Meanwhile, the denizens within the base make haste to catch the ship that cometh near. Commanders come with well-armed guards apace, while stormtroopers do at their posts appear.
Voyager has been captured, entering the system Alderaan. Its markings match a ship that hath most icy quickly fled.
This errant ship belike endeavors to return the plans unto the princess who, within this base, is locked in guarded cell. Perhaps the princess yet hath use to us.
The person aboard the ship, my lord. The log maintainers aboard the ship do tell a tale of all the crew abandoning the ship directly after its departure. 'Tis no doubt a decoy, sir, for all the parts have launched been.
Hast thou found any droids?
Nay, truly not, my lord. If there had been, they surely must have abandoned as well.
Send thou a scanning crew aboard the ship, and check its nooks and crannies every bit.
Aye, good my lord.
Distracted is my mind. But through its cloudy haze the reason comes. Unless I am in error, someone here has come. I have not felt this presence since the days that are but dark in memory. This presence I have known since I was young. This presence I have once called me closest friend. This presence that hath all my hopes betrayed. This presence that hath turned my day to night. This awful presence present here must be, so shall I to this presence violence present.
Now to thy work, and scan the ship.
'Tis fortunate thou hast these storage bins.
Their use hath ever been for smuggling goods. Ne'er have I thought myself would hear and be smuggling. But all we do is madness. Fie, if I could start the ship, the tractor beam would wrap its eagle talons round my neck.
The tractor beam thou mayest leave unto me.
Thou fool, I knew that thou wouldst say as much.
Aye, say thou fool? Well then fool, good sir, am I. But when thou sayest fool, remember well that fools do walk in foolish company. So if I am a fool, perhaps other fools around me may be found. For who is he who hath more foolish been, the fool or the other fool that follows him?
Oi, didst thou hear a sound?
Right, hear a sound?
Aye, truly. I quite clearly heard a sound.
Thine ears may have played tricks on thee, my friend.
Nay, nay. Dost thou not think this strange?
What strange?
The droids did flee the ship we have attacked, and unto Tatooine have gone by pod. 'Tis true thus far.
I cannot claim 'tis false.
On Tatooine, they have been traced first to Jawa's Vile and then to humans.
Dead.
Aye, dead they are, and men did see to it. But follow on. The boy who with them lived had fled we knew not where till he was seen at yon Mon Isley with a pair of droids.
Aye, 'twas all in last week's briefing. Pray, what more of this? Hast thou aught new to say?
The boy and droids together disappeared the very hour the ship, this ship, did fly. And now the ship is here, though empty seems.
Nay, empty 'tis. The scanning crew doth the work e'en now.
Which bringeth me full circle to the sound I just have heard. Is possible, my friend, that boy and droids and rebels all have flown within this ship and to this base, and yet, e'en now, whilst thou and I do speak, still hide within the ship?
I am amazed.
I verily think thou I may be right.
I said thou hast amazed me, and 'tis true, but never did I think thee right. Thou dost amaze by thy o'eractive thoughts. A hidden boy, the droids within, avaunt thou silly god, be not so thick. Thy great imagination hath o'erwrought thy better senses. Think thou thy powers of judgment far exceed our master's true? Mayst thou outwit the great Darth Vader, or the cunning of our Governor Tarkin? Nay, we are but simple gods. Our purpose here is plain and to the point. We have been tasked to watch the ship and follow all commands, and not to prattle on with airy thoughts.
Aye, thou hast spoke a well-considered word. Thou art a friend as I have e'er maintained, and thou hast spoken truth and calmed me quite. The rebels hide herein, what vain conceit, that ere they should the Death Star enter. Ha!
It warms my heart to see thee so restored, and back to thine own merry self.
Pray, may we have thy good assistance here?
So let us go together, friend. Good cheer.
All this howling nonsense and with all thy blasting, 'tis a miracle that all within the station have not heard of our arrival.
Surely, let them come. A fight I would prefer to sneaking yon and hither.
We have the outlet for the system found. Oh, that my words might end their bickering.
'Tis well, plug R2 in, and he shall read the whole Imperial network.
Now he hath found the main control unto the power beam that holds the ship herein. He shall attempt to show thee presently where its exact location may be found. The tractor beam in 7 places is connected to the main reactor, but a power loss at any terminal shall set the good Millennium Falcon free.
That number 7 shall our freedom mean. Only one of 7 shall we need. I fear those numbers, 7 and then 1, do something dangerous portend. Why? Our company is only 6. Unless there were another joined unto us here, then we were 7. Yet what means the 1? Strangely sweeps the thought into my mind. I have a feeling through the force that ere we leave this place, some 7 shall we be. Yet one shall stay behind as sacrifice. Thus 7, and thus 1. The numbers tell the story that herein soon shall be told. Methinks you two cannot assist me now. This one, he and I, shall go alone.
Aye, good. So shall I hearken unto what thou sayst, for I already on this voyage have done more than that for which I have been paid.
I would go with thee, sir.
Pray, patience, Luke, for thou must stay and guard the vital droids. They must be taken safely to our friends, or other systems end like Alderaan. Thy destiny, dear boy, doth truly go upon a different path from mine, and fate for thee hath spun another thread than what she hath for Obi-Wan's life stitched. The Force, it shall be with thee always, Luke.
He hath bestowed a Jedi's blessing here. So why then am I utterly unnerved?
Wookie, thou hast spoken well and true. When hadst thou this old bag of bones uncovered?
Yon Ben in all good virtues doth excel.
Aye, certain, he excelleth when the goal is but to lead us into trouble great.
But thou hast not excelled at offering a thought to how we can this station scape.
Yet any simple plan excelleth o'er remaining here till all descend on us. It taketh not wisdom that excels to know for certain that such a fact is true.
By heaven, I'll stop that bickering with new information.
I prithee, what doth all this beeping mean?
Sir, I confess I do not know. He hath declared that he hath found her. Then the droid repeats, she's here, she's here.
But Mary who?
Good Princess Leia.
Princess Leia here? Now doth this strange adventure stir my blood.
What sayst of princess?
Where, thou droid? Say where?
What princess? On thy life, this thing unveil.
In now, the princess is on level 5, detention block of AA-23.
Oh me, this new discovery of mine doth shake my core and shall arouse their souls.
I fear, good sir, it doth give certain news the princess shall be terminated soon.
Nay, nay! So quickly met, and now with this so quickly lost. Now must we swiftly act.
What dost thou prattle on about? Pray tell.
Oh, how can one describe in simple words the import this mysterious woman hath upon my life? The droids, these droids are hers. She hath appeared in message urgent, too. Yet I see thou canst not understand it well, yet what I know is this: we must give her whatever unflagging help and hope we may.
Speak not with such great folly. Obi-Wan hath told us to remain.
Yet knew he not that she is here? Pray, tell me how we may straight make our way to the detention block.
I say again what I have said before. To this location is my purpose fixed, and whether princess be within or no, I tell thee plain, I shall not thither go.
She shall be executed. Thou hast said mere minutes past that thou wouldst not remain to see our sudden sure imprisonment. Now is thy fondest wish that we should stay?
To march to the detention blocks unwise. To make our way to danger, folly 'tis. To there present ourselves is passing mad. To boldly go where none hath gone is wild.
Hast thou no heart? She sentenced is to die.
My sentence is 'tis better she than I.
How shall I break a heart that loveth not? And how convince a man that lives by wits? He hath not seen the urgency within her eyes. He hath not known the trembling in her voice. He hath not heard the manner of her plea. And yet without his help, I fear my errand surely fails. What shall I do? I know that under his exterior more good and noble aspirations lie, but by what tricks of speech to bring them forth? And what persuasions shall his fixed will move? My Aunt Beru hath told me once a tale. She said when first the deep, vast Kessel mines were dug, it was revealed that the pearls of greatest value must by clever means discovered be. So did the miners band together to make a useful tool. This tool would pull the pearls out of the rock in such a way that seemed to merge by ruse. This practice had a name, the hammer ploy. So shall I play a hammer's ploy upon the soul of this good smuggler, coaxing him by means most indirect to rescue good. Thus may the pearl of his still ragged soul reveal it be, and shine as ne'er before. I tell thee true, the lady wealthy is.
Say, wealthy?
Wealthy, aye, with power. If thou wouldst rescue her, thy great reward would be...
Pray, what?
Well, more I'll warrant than thou mayst imagine.
Thou josh with me, for my imagination hath few bounds.
Thou shalt have it.
So would I.
Aye, thou wilt.
Enough, I am engaged. But I do hope thou knowest well of what thou speakst here.
Well.
Hast thou a plan?
C-3PO, I prithee, pass those binding cuffs to me. Good Wookiee, I shall put these on thee now. Han, perhaps thou shouldst that honor have.
Fear not, dear Chewie, I know his plan is plain.
My Master Luke, forgive my question, Frank. What should we do if we discovered her?
Lock thou the door.
And pray they blasters none.
'Tis not a reassuring word.
So now Chewbacca, Han, and Luke proceed unto detention level 5, quite grave. With bravery, good hope, and all God's speed, their errand is a princess there to save. The minions of the Death Star pay no mind, nor are they by these three at all dismayed. They do not fear the Wookiee, for behind are Han and Luke as stormtroopers arrayed. Meanwhile, in stealth does Obi-Wan pass by, and to the terminal doth make his way. But while he goes, Darth Vader feels him fly. So every character this role doth play.
Thy plan, it shall not work.
And wherefore hast thou not said this ere now?
Aye, but I have.
By heaven, I say, where takest thou this thing?
This prisoner hath been transferred here from cell 1138.
No one hath told me so. Thus 'tis my duty to confirm thy word.
Be thou swift and merciless, good Luke.
With blasters raised and targets in their scopes, the three do overtake the Imperial threat. This obstacle o'ercome, they have fresh hopes, but still their way hath not been made clear yet.
Now shall we see wherein thy princess lies. It saith here, and now she is held in cell 2187. Go, I'll hold them here. Be not anxious, comrades. Fear ye not. The situation hath been controlled. All merry 'tis in the detention block.
But what hath happened?
'Tis no matter, sir, a slight malfunction of the weapons here, but all is well, and we are well, and all within are well. The prisoners, too, are well. 'Tis well. 'Tis well. And thou art also well?
We shall dispatch a squad to verify.
Nay, there's a leak in the reactor here. Pray, give us time to mend the matter well. The leak is large and dangerous, but fear thou not, for all, I tell thee true, is well.
But who art thou? What is thy comm number?
That conversation did my spirits bore. Now, Luke, prepare thyself for company.
Thou truly art in jest. Art thou not small of stature if thou art a stormtrooper? Does empire shrink for want of taller troops? The empire's evil ways, I'll grant, are grand, but must its soldiers want for fear of height?
So hath my introduction fallen short. She sees the uniform, but not the man. Luke Skywalker am I. I have thy droids. My noble errand is to rescue thee, and I with Ben Kenobi have come here.
With Ben Kenobi, where is he?
Draw near.
I tell thee, he is here.
Old Obi-Wan Kenobi, wherefore dost thou think 'tis so?
A tremor in the Force hath been my guide. When last I felt its movement, I was in the presence of my former master.
'Twas years ago. He must be dead by now.
Thou shouldst not underestimate the power the Force doth hold.
The Jedi are extinct. Their power from the universe is gone, and thou, dear friend, art all that doth remain of their misguided old religious ways. Pray what?
Detention! AA-23 has sounded the emergency alert!
The princess! Fie! Put thou all sections on alert!
I tell thee, Obi-Wan is here, even now, and surely with him is the Force.
If thou art right, he must not be allowed this station to escape. Never! Nay, never!
Escape is not his plan. I must confront my former master and must do it alone. The master's lesson shall I teach in turn when Obi-Wan I face in battle soon. I shall my vengeance win, my triumph gain, when I deliver him unto his death. Though comrades were we in full many wars, though friends we have been once, the past is gone, and all is but a horrid memory. Today my hopes shall be achieved when I strike down the vile betrayer of my youth. This conflict shall fulfill my destiny and end for him in bleak eternity.
With hearty blast the Imperial troops appear. Their coming doth require that Han retreat. In moment dangerous, amidst great fear, here Han and Leia for the first time meet.
Our exit's blocked now.
With a fool's great skill hast thou our route to freedom quite cut off.
Mayhap thy highness would prefer herself?
C-3PO, canst thou by any means discover how we may the cell block leave? Our entry point is now a deadly end.
All to thy presence have alerted been. The entrance only takes one in or out. All other information where thou art has been restricted.
Now are we quite trapped?
I cannot hold them back forever, sure.
'Tis quite a rescue thou hast planned for me. Thou hast come in, but how shalt thou go out? Hath folly been thy guide?
He hath the plan, not I, thou sweetheart of ingratitude. By what dark sprite of hell art thou possessed?
It falls to me to make our rescue good. Now follow me into the refuse heap.
Go thou hens! Go thou hens! Get in, thou furry lump! I care not what thou smellst within, unless 'tis death must be a sweeter smell than this attack. Oh, now go! Be not afeard, my friend! I say, what charming girl thou here hast found? I either shall destroy her, or perhaps I may in time begin to like the wench.
Nay, executioner or lover, both are far too great a role for thee to play.
Go now and follow I, all else be damned.
The scene doth shift into the refuse space, where all is wrought as like a funeral pyre. Though safe, our heroes other woes now face. They go from frying pan into the fire.
Oh, what wonder of the human mind hath thought to bring us here? Your Highness must be lauded for discovering such a wondrous smell as this. I'll blast the door. Swift, get thee hence.
Nay, prithee, shoot thou not! Thou errant knave! Wouldst thou undo us all? I have already tried to exit thus, but lo, as thou plainly seest, thou brute, the passageway is sealed magnetically.
Now rid us of that blaster quickly too, else shall thine edgy trigger finger mean the certain death of all of us herein.
Oh, aye, thy worship. Ha! 'Twas all in my control till thou didst lead us unto this heap. Nor shall the stormtroopers need any time to calculate where all of us have flown.
And yet, I say to you, it could be worse.
Is worse.
Oh, Lawrence, something lives in here.
Suspect his word is true, but fear to say. 'Tis but thy keen imagination, Luke.
'Tis not my imagination that hath now swum boldly past my leg, or else imagination now hath body too. Aye, there, did that I see? Did but a mere imagined figment just swim by?
See what?
Ah!
Yet ere young Luke with answer can respond, he's pulled into the watery depths below. For several moments in that garbage pond, no sign is seen beneath the murky flow. An ominous sound breaks forth into the pit, and seconds later Luke emerges, spent. The beast's pursuit of him for now is quit. A greater challenge doth this represent.
A miracle that thou art truly saved! What happened there below the briny sludge?
I do not know. The slimy creature hath released its vice-like grip on me and fled.
I have a feeling bad about this sound.
The walls, O horrid fate, begin to move!
Be not afeard and stand thou not in awe, but rouse thee now and halt its sure approach. Now lend me thy assistance!
But wait! I have a comlink and may hail the droids. C-3PO, say, art thou there? Pray speak!
But while he tries to hail the golden droid, C-3PO hath troubles of his own, for stormtroopers are to their room deployed, and now the droids must save themselves alone.
Oh, grant us help, for there are madmen here, who have e'en now to the prison level gone. If thou but hurry, thou mayst catch them there.
Well said, my friend. He hath a merry wit when pride and scorn not fall out of his mouth.
3PO!
Now, climb on top!
In faith I try!
Where is the knave? C-3PO!
I fear a wicked fate's befallen them. Pray, R2, see if they imprisoned are. Now, such a pace.
One thing is certain, we shall thinner be. I shall not lose my wit, e'en in death's face.
They are not found. Oh, great relief. Where may they be? Use the comlink? Oh, I had forgotten quite and turned it off. Pray, art thou there, sir?
3PO, 'tis thou?
I will confess, we have some problems faced.
Peace! 3PO, lend ears and not thy voice. Disarm now every refuse smasher on detention levels. Dost thou mark me, droid? Be rapid, else thy master is no more!
Nay, shut them all down. Hurry, R2, go! No heart within this golden breast doth beat, for only wires and circuit boards are here. Yet, as I hear my master's dying screams, no heart is necessary for my grief. A droid hath sadness, and hopes, and fears, and each of these emotions have I felt since Master Luke appeared and made me his. No master have I e'er respected so. Thus, at this moment grave, I do declare there is no etiquette for shedding tears. No protocol can e'er express my woe.
A plague on 3PO for action slow. A plague upon my quest that I'd led us here. A plague on both our circuit boards, I say.
Nay, nay, fear not, dear droid. We all still live. Pray, open now the door on maintenance hatch 326827. Blessed be.
Oh, fondest hope. Oh, fervent prayers now heard. My master is alive and plagues deterred. Whew.
While Luke and Leia, Han and Chewie flee, old Obi-Wan has reached the power source. He cuts the tractor beam quite cunningly, then makes his exit, drawing on the Force.
What do these warnings tell? Shall we explore? Belike 'tis just a drill, and nothing more.
Alas, poor stormtrooper, I knew ye not, yet have I ta'en both uniform and life from thee. What manner of a man wert thou? A man of infinite jest or cruelty? A man with helpmeet and with children too? A man who hath his empire served with pride? A man perhaps who had wished for perfect peace? Whatever thou wert, good man, thy pardon grant unto the one who took thy place, e'en me.
If we may female-given advice avoid, we should be well on our merry way.
Aye, stand I ready to be gone from here.
Hey, where dost thou go, Wookie? Where?
Now, brute, we shall go here.
Pray, come thou here, Chewbacca, else I brand thee cowardly.
Now use thine ears, and if thou hast thy brain, I know not who thou art or whence thou camest, yet from this moment thou shalt heed my words.
Your worship, prithee, let me be direct. I have one lord and master, 'tis myself, and only from that one I take commands.
I wonder a great that thou art still alive. Now prithee, shall this walking carpet be removed from my path?
Saucy wit, a wicked tongue that will be tamed, I vow. No other payment is reward enough. There 'tis.
C-3PO, say, art thou there?
Aye, sir.
And art thou safe?
For now we are. We are positioned in the hangar just across directly from the gallant ship.
And we are just above thee, so stand by.
Hast thou come here in that ungainly heap? Thou art perhaps then braver than I thought.
Is well and good, though I need not thy praise. Now let us hence and to the ship repair.
The foursome toward the ship with swift foot race, but soon they meet with opposition dire. Chewbacca goes with Han, both giving chase, while Luke and Leia to other paths aspire.
Fly hence, my friends, and meet us at the ship.
A lion's share of courage, hath he not?
Alas, now is her heart moved unto him? What help is courage if it leads to death? But come now, let us flee another way.
The chase is underway as all make haste. Han, once pursuer, soon becomes pursued when a mass of stormtroopers he's faced. He turneth quick as like a man unglued. Meanwhile, the princess and young Luke do flee from troopers coming in after them with speed. They happen on an open door and see a chasm past which they cannot proceed.
Feel like we have an errant corner turned, for this deep hole lead not into the ship.
Forsooth, methinks that we shall safer be, e'en with the pit, behind a door shut fast. Yet now I see no lock we may employ. So what for our dear freedom is the key?
I take a note from Han and blaster use, but like that shall keep enemies at bay.
We must o'erleap this deep abyss somehow. Pray, canst thou use thy sharp and earnest wit to find a means for lengthening the bridge?
Oh, now the wisdom of old Obi-Wan is proven, for the blaster was too harsh.
Do something, prithee, or they shall burst through.
So clever Luke the scene he doth survey, and soon conceives a noble plan to cross. To take their flight and save them sans delay, he bears a length of rope as thin as floss. Attacked, now Leia matches fire with fire, and so they cross, a swinging o'er the abyss. But ere they fly, the princess doth inspire more strength in Luke by means of royal kiss.
A kiss for luck before our flight, dear friend. A kiss upon thy cheek from lips of mine. A kiss to give thee hope and confidence. A kiss to bring us courage in this time. Now take this kiss, my gift bestowed by choice, and on the other side we'll soon rejoice.
While droids do worry o'er their master's fate, Han and Chewbacca make their swift escape, while Luke and Leia now in safety wait. A mighty final duel taketh shape.
For certain I have waited, Obi-Wan, and now at last we meet together here. Our destinies once and for all fulfilled, the circle of our lives is now complete. A student was I when I left thee last, but now I am the master over thee.
Thou art a master, Darth, I know 'tis true, but only evil hast thou mastered yet.
In time thy powers have grown weak, old man.
And yet thou canst not win, I'll warrant, Darth. For if thou strike me down, even now, being here, I shall more great and powerful become than e'er thou hast imagined possible.
I tell thee plain, thou shouldst not have returned!
What noble battle passes twixt these men? Lightsabers rage from Sith and Jedi Knight. No more courageous battle had there been. 'Tis like the day does combat with the night. Now whilst the two in conflict strike their blows, the others come that the ship they may find. At first Han Solo with Chewbacca shows, then Luke and Princess Leia just behind.
Did we not just this frightening party leave? Where hast thou been?
We did some old friends meet, but finding them unfriendly, have both vowed to find far truer, better friends henceforth.
Hast thou seen any problems with the ship?
It seemeth fine if we may make approach and get beyond the stormtroopers. Aye, then my fondest hope is that thine Obi-Wan hath vanquished the wicked tractor beam.
Behold, what ease! The stormtroopers go hence!
Now 'tis our chance, good R2-D2, come!
Aye, will he now be leading me?
Fly, fly, good friends, unto the ship, make haste!
As everyone into the ship draws nigh, young Luke sees Obi-Wan trade slice with slice, and Ben Kenobi, catching young Luke's eye, prepares to make a gracious sacrifice.
The Jedi is not made of fear or hate, but must a nobler countenance display. It is the lesson learned in times gone by that I still teach myself unto this day. Full many years I've spent with thoughts of this instant, when Darth Vader I'd confront. But now, my thirst for retribution's cold, while sweet forgiveness doth my spirit taste. I know I cannot win this battle here, nor would I wish to slay the kindly man who surely within that black shell still lives. And so, unto this death I'll go. This sleep that promises the dream of peace. This undiscovered galaxy wherein I'll know at last tranquility of heart. But ere I die, I'll one last lesson teach. I shall in this, my final moment, set a keen example for the universe, that future generations may yet know the valor and strength of Jedi Knights. Put up thy lightsaber now, Obi-Wan, and show thyself a Jedi to this sun.
The cry of nay escapes Luke's trembling lip, and stormtroopers turn round to see them there. A battle great begins before the ship, as to the falcon these brave souls repair. But ere the group departs amid the fray, Luke hears the voice of Obi-Wan inside. Pray run, Luke, run, the inner voice doth say, and Luke the Death Star leads with force as guide.
My heart doth break at this most recent loss. And how shall heart be healed of this grave pain? My aunt and uncle first, and now this Ben. Did e'er a person know such grief as mine?
His heart breaks for a person, Obi-Wan. My heart breaks for a people, Alderaan. My ship crushed first, and now my planet too. Did e'er a person know such grief as ours?
I have but known this man a little time, yet in my heart he holds a special place. So had I hoped to learn the force from him, and be his eager new apprentice too.
My Alderon, I've known for all my life, and hold it in my heart in high esteem. Though had I hoped to one day make it home when this rebellion all is passed away.
But now must I another pathway take, and make my final destiny sans him. My hope shall not fulfilled be as planned, yet may I hope to serve through different deeds.
But now must I some other course adopt, and write my life's own story without them. My dream shall not be realized as I wished, yet may I dream to see some other fate.
Thus shall I strive to hold my head up high, and be a beacon to this princess dear. So I'll in her rebellion play my part, and show her what a Jedi Knight may be.
Thus shall I strive to hold my hands outstretched and be a calming presence to this man. So I'll, in his deep mourning, act my role and show him what a comfort friends may be.
We now approach the Empire's sentry ships. I prithee, Chewie, keep the ships at bay and angle our deflector shields, whilst I do charge the weapons for our sure defense. My friends, I know ye grieve most heartily, yet we have not made our escape complete. I need thy help, so get thee to the guns.
With newfound strength, Luke rises to the chore and finds the console opposite from Han. With lasers armed and engines all a-roar, TIE fighters swiftly come, the battle's on.
Be thou sharp, young Luke.
They come, anon!
They come too fast, how shall we hold them off?
The ship is struck! All lateral controls have been destroyed!
Oh, Herman!
Be not afeared. I'll warrant that the ship will surely hold. O ship, hast heard my word? I prithee hold.
Now have I smashed one!
Well, thou worthy lad, but be not too full of pride and joy. When battle's won, then thou mayest boast indeed, but none e'er boasted yet who bested were.
Still 2 remain, so be thou bold and wise.
With shouts and sweat and every skill employed, young Luke and Han contend with all their might. At length the last TIE fighter is destroyed, and battle ends in fiery blast of light.
We are the victors! Merry is the day!
I have fallen! Help! Oh, help me now! 'Tis surely thy fault, R2-D2C.
Now have they gone? The rebels truly fled?
They have enow the jump to light speed made.
And thou art sure, I prithee say thou art, the homing beacon safe aboard the ship hath placed been? I fear this risk's unwise.
The risk and homing beacon both have been well placed. Thou, Tarkin, be assured thereof.
'Tis well, good friend, I trust thy word herein. Yet would I have thee know what dangers here. While I have risked the world to let them flee, since thou dost reassure, the risk's on thee.
Thy rescue hath been wondrous, thinkst thou not? Oh, say I, at times I do myself amaze. Amazing hath my rescue of thee been. Amazing is my hand at piloting. Amazing all my part in this escape. Amazing, aye, 'tis true, my handsome looks.
Amazing is thy pride and love of self. Thus stand I now amazed that ere thou shouldest allow thy great amazing self to stoop so low that thou wouldest rescue such as I. But let me now amaze thee, if I may, by telling thee that thy amazement is misplaced. For never have Imperial ships let enemies escape with such great ease as thou and thy amazing vessel have, just now amazingly escaped.
Nay, nay, call'st thou this venture easy, princess? Pish.
I'll warrant we are being tracked e'en now.
This ship shall never track it be, good sis.
Methinks thou dost upon this vessel far too great a trust bestow. But none of that. I merely am relieved that R2 doth the information safely in him guard.
But wherefore does this matter, princess? Say, what carries he?
Rebellion's greatest hope. For he doth hold the readouts technical unto that battle station. Aye, the one that such great power displayed o'er Alderaan. My hope it is that when the data can be read, an inner weakness we shall find. Though thou hast seen this battle end, the war has not concluded yet.
But there thou errest. Thou dost not speak my mind. For this ship and its pilot, princess, 'tis concluded now. I have not joined thy revolution, nay. My purpose runs not to rebellion help, My purpose runs not to assist thyself. My purpose runs toward one aim alone, and I do speak it plain. I shall be paid, and I will be paid, and every aspect of my being lives in expectation of the moment when thou shalt my coffers fill.
O fiendish knave, be thou concerned not o'er thy reward. If thou in money dost find love, then surely shalt thou have it, aye? Thy friend is every part a hired man, a mercenary with no mercy he. I question whether he doth care for aught, or anyone.
But I do care. I do. If only, Leia, thou didst know how much. Pray, tell me, Han, what dost thou think of her?
I tell thee true, my mind is settled fast when it thinks not of her.
'Tis well. 'Tis well.
Now is it plain to me why he doth ask. The boy doth fancy her. I'll warrant, else I've made a great mistake in judgment here. Oh, what use are young men's dreams if not for mocking? So I shall dance upon his tender heart. And yet...
Alas, a yet. What's this of yet?
Oh, the woman hath a spirit bold, and yet... I know not. Oh, what thinkst thou, I pray? Thinkst thou a princess could with me be?
Nay.
The swift Millennium Falcon makes its course into the place the Empire long has sought. On Yavin 4, rebellion hath its source, o'er which the final battle shall be fought.
Good princess, thou art safe. When word we heard about the cruel destruction of thy home, we feared the worst. But now to see thee safe is like a fragrant blossom to my sense.
In time we may recount our griefs, good sir, but now is the occasion we must act. I prithee, take this R2 unit here and use the data thou shalt find therein to plan our great attack. Our only hope it is, Commander. Trust in what I say.
The records R2 holds are analyzed, and lo, an opportunity appears. The rebels straight are of the news apprised, and hearts made ready as the battle nears. But whilst they mine good R2's database, the Empire learns where all the rebels wait. The Death Star makes its way unto the place to bring Yavin Alderaa's grim fate.
Ye pilots, good and true, for here shalt thou a goodly lesson learn. We have a single hope in this attack, and ye shall hear how we may compass it. The battle station heavily shielded is, and hath more power to fire than half our fleet. It hath defenses against a large assault. But like the king who fell for want of force, this station may be crushed by smaller might. A one-manned fighter may have strength to clear the outer walls and penetrate therein.
Beg pardon, sir, but how, I prithee, shall we, a one-man fighter, stand ground against that?
A question asked in wisdom 'tis, good friend. The Empire vast hath not considered small snub fighters to be any threat, methinks, else surely 'twould make suitable defense. The strongest people often put their faith upon their strength alone, yet often such are these are bested by a people led by wisdom, skill, and cunning. To the point, the plans provided by the princess show the battle station's fatal weakness. Aye, a weakness do I call it, yet be sure the hard approach therein shall perilous be. Thou must maneuver through the trench above the surface unto this especial point. There shalt thou find the glory spot, my lads. There shalt thou with a blast more keenly shot bring down an empire cruel and merciless. But take ye heed, for all is not yet told. The hole thou must attempt to strike is but 2 meters wide, a thermal pipe for waste. This hole shall make thy laser's power grow. This hole shall start a chain reaction great. This hole, if thou canst hit it, wins the day. This hole shall end the battle station hull.
But sir, the odds against such hit are nil.
'Tis near impossible. Shall we, I say, attempt this madness? Or mayhaps 'tis better if we do live to fight another day. If we had but another 1,000 ships.
Friends, rebels, starfighters, lend me your ears. Wish not we had a single fighter more. If we are marked to die, we are enough to make our planets proud. But should we win, we fewer rebels share the greater fame. We all have sacrificed unto this cause. Ye all know well the family I have lost, my uncle dear and aunt beloved, I both, and then a mentor great, a powerful friend. As massive as the grief I feel for them, I know full well they'd not have me back down. The princess hath a planet lost, with friends and family alike. How great her pain! And yet as grave as that emotion is, she knoweth they would have her lead us still. And ye goodly men and women too, ye all have lived and loved and lost as well. Your stories are with mine one and the same. For all of us have known of grief and joy, and everyone has come unto this day, not so that we may turn our backs and flee, but that we may a greater courage show, both for ourselves and those we left behind. So let us not wish further ships were here, and let us not of tiny holes be feared, what I have with a T-16 back home gun hunting womp rat scarcely larger than the target we are called upon to strike. And ye brave souls, have your memories of your great exploits in your own homelands. So think on them and let your valor rise, for with the force and bravery we win. Oh, great shall be the triumph of that hour when empire haughty, vast and powerful is felled by simple hands of rebels base, is shown the might of our good company. And citizens in Bespin now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here. For never shall rebellion see a time more glorious than our strong attack today.
Aye! Go ye then, and force be with you all.
A bustling preparation now is made, as every man unto his post does go. A joyful spirit doth the base pervade, whilst on the Death Star pride doth overflow.
This day I'll warrant lives in history. The end of old Kenobi it hath seen, and the end of the rebellion draweth near.
Now what is this? Thou hast thine only love, thy dear reward, and now thou leavest quick?
'Tis true, I do confess. For I shall ne'er be free unless I use this great reward to clear me from the crushing weight of debt. And be thou honest, should I remain to fight against a power as great as this? 'Tis foolishness, this fight, 'tis lunacy. Pray, Luke, come with us. Thou art a brave and worthy lad, with wit and strength to fight.
Speak thou not so, but open up thine eyes. See here what noble cause thou leavest behind. Look in the hearts of these good people here. Behold the force that keeps rebellion strong. Thou must have eyes to see what happens here, how great the cost of this bleak battle is. Thou knowest well what talent thou dost hold to pilot and to lead with manner bold. Turn not thy back upon thy fate, good Han, but turn thy heart and stay with us to fight.
But what value hath reward when one is killed? What benefit gives honor to the dead? To try to fight against that station? Luke, it is not good courage, rather suicide.
Then take thou good care, Han, thou solo act. For certain 'tis the part thou best dost play.
Nay, listen. May the force be with thee, Luke. The ship that flies without a thruster fails. Propulsion and direction one must have to navigate the obstacles of space. I know 'tis true, as any pilot doth. Then how can I imagine that a man can fly without a conscience as his guide? Without the inner compass of my soul, how can I vainly hope to pilot life? I know what 'tis to choose the right and good. I know the small rebellion's cause is just. I know the people here have need of help. I know all this. But I still do harbor doubt. Yet, shall my doubts lead me unto this choice? And shall I choose convenience over right? Or shall I choose myself over my new friends? Aye, shall I choose rewards over my own soul? Smuggler's heart doth keep calm time inside. No matter sways a pirate's peaceful pulse. But something stirs in me I ne'er have felt. Is this a rebel's heart I feel within?
What is the matter, Luke?
'Tis only Han. Methought he had a heart for good, but nay, he hath not changed his mind.
He hath a path unto himself. Not thou, nor I, nor aught can plot the course he chooses verily.
I wish as well that Ben were here with us.
A kiss I gave thee once to give thee strength. Another kiss I give thee in friendship's hope.
Say, Luke!
Dear Biggs!
It warms my heart to see thee here, good friend. Shalt thou go with us, hence against the Empire?
Aye. On our return, I'll bend thine ears with stories wild and true.
I pray thee, Luke, canst thou these ships control?
I'll stand as witness, sir, that Luke shall prove more worthy than myself. I'll warrant he's the best of pilots in the Outer Rim. Fear not this one, good sir. He'll earn his way.
Good lad, thou shalt suffice.
Aye, marry, sir, I'll do my part.
Now, must we thither go? But when we come again unto this place, I'll drink with thee a dram of Naboo's ale, while as thou thy tales relate.
Say, Biggs, take note. For once I did assure thee I would join rebellion's ranks, and here am I e'en now.
Shall be like olden times on Tatooine. Dear friend, it gives me comfort for to see thee here. E'en death could come and welcome be, because I know that thou dost ride beside.
This R2 unit hath known better days. Wouldst thou a fit replacement for it find?
Thou knave sayest I'd known better days. I'll better my days upon thy pate.
Nay, say not so. For R2 hath been mine through many an adventure, and belike hath exploits still to undergo.
Oh, be thou safe, dear R2, and return, for thou wouldst not that my existence should become a bore. Oh, fate, I prithee keep them safe, my master and my only friend, else should I find a lonely, tragic end.
As our scene shifts to space so deep and dark, or your imagination will hold sway, for neither players nor the stage can mark the great and mighty scene they must portray. We ask you, let your keen mind's eye be chief. Think when we talk of starships, there they be. If you can soon suspend thy disbelief, the Death Star battle shall you plainly see. So now, the preparation made with care, toward the Death Star rides the noble fleet. By whir of engines, rebels take the air, with courage strong their unknown fate to meet.
The Death Star doth approach, and shall within the range of Yavin's rebel base arrive within these 15 minutes. Lo, alert!
Good men each now shall speak and state his name.
Red 10 doth here stand by.
Red 7 doth stand by.
Red 3 doth here stand by.
Red 6 doth here stand by.
Red 9 doth here stand by.
Red 2 doth here stand by.
Red 11 doth here stand by.
Red 5 doth here stand by. We have our numbers, yet our souls have names. For I am Luke Skywalker, here beside my friends Good Biggs and Wedge Antilles too. No war shall render us unto mere 3s and 2s and 5s. We ride, for ride we must. And here we ride in Ben's most worthy name. True, here we ride in Leia's noble name. Aye, here we ride in Alderon's slain name. Oh, here we ride for all the names which have throughout our lives been written on our hearts. Our debt to them is past all numbering.
Now lock thine S-foils into attacking mode. We shall pass through the thin magnetic field. Use your deflector shields and form in line. I prithee, men, take care and be ye bold.
But look, I say, how large this Death Star is. I am afeard that this shall be my end.
Pray peace, Red 2. Now all accelerate unto the speed wherein we may attack. The time is here, good men. 'Tis not to come. It will be now. The readiness is all.
Hey, leader, dost thou hear me?
Verily.
The goal leads into the target trench.
We have a positive position reached. Thus shall I fly across the axis for to draw their fire while thou dost penetrate.
The rebel ships now make their first attack and fire into the Death Star's iron walls. The Empire shoots with lethal laser back. 'Tis death to anyone on whom it falls.
The volleys fall from close at hand.
I see.
Red 5 reporting. Swiftly I go in. My first attempt here falls. Oh, hit the mark!
With courage rare, Luke makes initial pass and blasts his way into the Death Star's hull. But now he maneuvers too close, alas. Shall he escape the fire's most deadly pull?
How's it go, Luke?
I nearly cooked my goose, but all is well. Now shall I take more care.
Full 30 ships descend upon us, sir. So small are they, our lasers pass them by.
Aye, then shall we destroy them ship to ship. Tell the other crews be ready to attack.
Now take ye care, good men. Great fire doth rage from outside of the harsh deflection tower.
I stand prepared.
Now shall I strike? Pray give me thy good cover, Porkins.
Stand I strong, and ready for to give the aid, Red 3.
Now bravely Biggs doth render sharp, hard blast into the evil Death Star's armored side. The Empire's fire into his mate hath passed, and now Red 6 doth face a troubled ride.
Disaster at me strikes!
Eject, forsooth!
I yet may set it right!
Anon, pull up!
Nay, nay, I'll warrant that all shall be well!
In 7 minutes shall the Death Star be within the range of our fair rebel base.
As rebel spirits with great strength redound, a voice speaks unto Luke as to a son. Luke hears the voice and its familiar sound. 'Tis his old friend and master, Obi-Wan.
Pray, trust thy feelings, Luke.
I hear this voice and know it well. O me, speak thou again, and heed the voice, my soul, and trust thyself. On Ben's command, I'll strike a hearty blow. My scope shows naught, my eyes to them are blind.
Employ thy visual scanning. They approach. Red 7, thou hast one upon thy rear.
My ship is hit! Now must I die, dear friends!
Good friends, if thou just catch an enemy behind thy ship, I prithee, watch it well.
Now my plague by such a one, help! Help! For neither can I see where he does go. He flies so close that my maneuvers fail.
Hold fast, brave Biggs, till I can give thee aid. Upon the enemy I fly and shoot!
Bold Luke, thou hast a life returned to me, so may I one day give to thee in turn.
I prithee, soldiers, let us hence away, for many of our fighters are removed from their own fleet. Let us swiftly go and straightway make pursuit of these rogue ships.
O Luke, thou art pursued. Pull in!
Pray, guard thy back, good Luke. More fighters do approach.
I have been hit, but not unto the death. Small R2, see if thou the damage canst repair. Hang thou on, good droid.
Red 10, canst thou see whither's gone Red 5?
A heavy fire appears upon this side. Red 5, where art thou?
Here, but cannot shake the villain who doth hotly follow me.
I come for thee, good Luke. Be not afraid.
Oh, fie, my dear friend Biggs, where canst thou be? Thou promised that thou owedst to me a life, but where is now that help of which thou spokest? 'Twas partly for our friendship I am here. For long I wished to join thee as thou fought, and many were the tales adventurous thou broughtest with thee whilst visiting our home when I still worked the crops on Tatooine. But now hast thou deserted me, old friend? When I'm even at the door of death, hast thou both flown and fled? Say nay, dear Biggs.
Take that, thou scoundrel, base imperial scum!
Great thanks, good Wedge. Heroically hast thou done.
The leader, hear my words. The gold team shall begin a swift attack into the trench.
Godspeed, Gold Leader. Go with might and strength.
I fly and fly toward my enemies. This day the dark side of the Force shall reign as I disrupt the weak rebellion's plans and with my men destroy their every hope. Good pilots both, remain set for attack!
The put in first shot has been locked in. And mark, that hole shall remain your soul, my mate. Now switch that palm front deflector screen. Go on, what saved thou? Come the gun.
Be like 'tis 20 yon and hither, both upon the surface and within the tower.
I switch.
I received a signal on the ship's computer that the port will soon be in our range. But soft, good friends, what's this? The guns! It seemeth that their guns have stopped.
So watch thy rear, and stabilize thy shields. Perhaps an enemy doth come behind.
3 ships at point 210.
The battle heats as Vader and his men approach the threefold members of Group Gold. The Empire's hate will be fulfilled when Darth makes his power known with blows full bold.
I shall destroy the rebels vile myself. Just give me thy good cover and 'tis done. Now shoot I once, and death is the result.
I have no power to maneuver.
Stay thou on target. Stay thou on target. Gold 5, does this ill news report. We have lost Dutch and Tiri both.
So much of desolation and of death. Is this rebellion worth the lives here lost? Yet I would gladly give my life to it. Thus reason, not the need, my troubled soul.
Whilst all the rebels mourn the loss of life, upon the Death Star tensions have been proved. The rebels' plane hath reared the threat of strife, but Governor Tarkin stands assured, unmoved.
The rebels' sharp attack hath been well probed, and now it doth appear a danger looms. I do confess my love to thee, good sir, and would my very life lay down for thee. Wouldst thou that I make ready thine own ship, that thou mayst flee should fighting turn to death?
Retreat whilst we do win the day. You jest. Forsooth, I stand unmoved like a rock.
The Death Star shall within 3 minutes be upon the rebel base.
Red boys, 'tis I, thy tried and true Red leader. We shall meet upon the mark at 6.1. Make haste.
Red 2 doth stand obedient at thy side.
Red 3 doth come.
Red leader, hear me now. It is base 1 who speaks to thee. Keep half thy fighters out of range upon thy next attempt. If one group sadly falls, belike the other shall succeed. So shall we make the Empire take our fleet by halves, not wholes.
I hear and understand, good sir. Now, Luke, take thou Red 2 and 3 with thee, and wait upon my signal ere thou makest thou run. Now hence we go, an Empire for to slay.
Red leader with the others 12 and 10 make their descent into the trench with speed. Their bravery, cunning, and their acumen may give these men the victory they need.
Dost thou agree? It should be in our sights.
Keep thine eyes a-watching those ships that have our comrades cruelly destroyed.
The interference hath become too wide. Red 5, canst thou yet see them where thou standst?
I see no ships, but... Wait, they approach! They come at .35.
I see them now.
The ship hath come in range of that sly port, the port that hath evaded us so far. I now the target shall be mine. If ye good friends may hold them there a while, I shall this battle end with one swift stroke.
Close in, my lads, we three shall ride as one.
Aye, almost there.
Try fire, else we die too!
Aye, almost there.
They set upon my back. I can no more withstand their quick attack.
Ah! I shoot for rebels' glory, I shoot! The blast hath left the shaft!
Hast hit? Is victory yet within our sights?
Alas, my finest effort I have given, and yet the blast falls errant and doth miss the mark. 'Tis but an impact on the surface. Who?
Red leader, be thou not dismayed. We shall protect thee even now. Turn thou toward the .05, and we shall cover thee.
Nay, save me not. My engine hath been crushed, and death is welcome now. Instead, dear Luke, good Wedge, brave Biggs, be thou prepared for thy run, for thou art now our only hope!
The Death Star, now in but a minute, shall upon the rebel base on Yavin come.
Once more into the trench, dear friends, once more. The death of our dear friends we see today, and by my troth their souls shall be avenged. I was not angry since I came to space until this instant. Strike at us, and thou shalt know the power of the Force, thou brute, thou empire full of hate and evil deeds. Aye, pluck us down, and we shall rise again. Our cause is not alone for these good men who were here killed today. Our cause is not alone for those on Alderaan who died. Our cause is for the truth, for righteousness, for anyone who e'er oppression knew. 'Tis not rebellion for the sake of one. 'Tis not a cause to serve a privileged few. This moment shall resound in history for every person who would freedom know. So Big, stand with me now and by my side. And Wedge, fly with my aid to lead the charge. We three, we happy three, we band of brothers shall fly into the trench with throttles full.
We stand with thee, or ready for the fight.
But Luke, at that quick pace shalt thou escape before thy speedy ships is blown in twain?
It'll be like Beggar's Canyon back at home.
The youth descend at once into the trench, wherein their fates shall surely written be. Darth Vader, close behind, prepares to quench his thirst upon the blood of martyrs 3.
We shall stand fast at hand to give thee help.
My scope doth show the tower, but the port appeareth not. How certain art thou, Luke, that our computers each can hit the mark?
Good pilot, watch thyself. Increase to full.
I prithee, what shall we do about the tower?
Give thou unto the enemy thy thoughts, but let the tower be my concern alone. Now, R2, fix the stabilizer that once hath more come unhinged. Pray, fix it fast.
Now I shall not be fool, but fix.
The fighters are behind us at point 3. They come upon my rear too fast. Alack! I have been hit and must depart, my friends.
Aye, get thee clear, good wench. Thou shalt not help our cause if thy ship flieth not. Anon, and live to fight another day with me.
With all my heart, I truly wish thee well.
Aye, let him go. The leader we pursue.
Make haste, O Luke. Methinks they do approach even faster than before. I shall not hold them back for long.
That ever I should see this day, oh woe. My childhood friend from Tatooine now slain, protecting me from harm. Thou owest the life, dear Biggs, sweet Biggs, and thou hast pain. And now 'tis down to me, the boy-turned-warrior. Be still, my errant heart, and seek the Force.
The leader is now mine!
Luke's ship comes closer to the little port, while Vader and his crew draw all too near. Young Luke to his computer doth resort, until he hears the voice speak in his ear.
Oh, use the Force, dear Luke. Let go and trust.
I sense the Force in this one here, almost as if I did my younger self as spy.
Trust me, Luke. All shall be well.
The hearing of these words is like a balm unto my soul. So shall I trust the Force and not this fallible computer here.
What is this, Luke? Thy targeting machine hath been turned off. What can be wrong, pray tell?
Nay, all is well. Fear not, good friends. Small R2-D2 hath been hit.
The Death Star now has come within our range.
Commander, thou mayst fire when thou hast made all goodly preparation thereunto.
Now, face thy death, thou rebel!
Now in a trice brave Han is on the scene. The smuggler hath returned on errand kind. With sly approach he makes his way unseen, and slays the Imperial pilots from behind.
But how? Ah!
Thy path is clear, young Luke. Now do thy deed and let us all make way back home.
I stretch my feelings out and use the Force, and on the instant seems the porthole vast, not small or difficult to strike, but large. The ship is armed, and now I take the chance. The blast away, and with it all our hopes!
The laser hits its mark with certain aim, and as the Death Star arms to strike the base, the chain reaction sets the orb aflame. The Death Star hath exploded into space.
Thy timely blast hath hit the perfect mark. 1 in a million was thy force-filled shot.
Remember me, O Luke. Remember me. And ever shall the Force remain with thee.
Oh, Leia!
Luke, thou didst succeed!
Hi-ho!
Good friend, I knew thou wouldst return. I knew thou must. 'Twas in thy spirit good.
Nay, should a pirate let another take his own reward?
Thou gentle soul, I knew thou wert of sterner stuff than money made.
Oh, R2! R2! Canst thou hear me? Speak! Canst thou repair him? Say thou canst, I beg. If any of my parts may be of use, pray, say the word.
Fear not, he'll be made whole. Now ends a noble quest, a battle won. Now hath a true adventure reached its goal. Now hath the good rebellion faced its foe and triumphed, though it seemed that all was lost.
Along the way, dear friends were lost and made. Along the way, strange creatures have we found. The stories have been told, the villains met, the griefs and exultations all played out.
A chance for new beginnings we have made, directing hearts unto the rebels' cause. These are the Star Wars we have fought and won. For now our battles and our scenes are done.
Now dawns a new day with the sun of peace, the day whereon the rebels welcome fate. For from their enemies they find release, and now with mirth they come to celebrate. Young Luke, strong in the force, doth walk beside the noble Han, whose valor won the day. The rebels form an aisle and rise with pride as Luke and Han march forth in grand display. Now Leia smiles and gives them their reward, as each bows low with hope and joy sincere. C-3PO and R2 now restored, look on as brave Chewbacca sounds the cheer. There let our heroes rise free from attack, till darkness rise and the Empire striketh back.